From the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen,
This is Roz and Mocha.
it's Roz Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
The Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow!
You just won $1,000.
That is amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man. This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
You watched that verdict yesterday?
I did.
Yeah, it didn't take long, huh?
No, not at all. And like we were
I think
talking
11
in
hours.
here
I think 11 hours in total.
yesterday,
Yeah.
saying that we thought it could be anywhere from like a week to
know.
two.
You don't know.
But you don't know.
You don't know. You don't know. And it really just all depends on, like they didn't even ask one question,
No, not at all.
which is really wild. But sane people looked at this and they thought it was an open shut case. But then you just start hearing you start hearing everything else, and you're so used to things just turning out to be a disaster that you start prepping yourself for the disaster, right? You start
Right.
prepping yourself mentally for everything. And
Well, that's what Shem and I were talking about this earlier.
and you can't help it. You
Right.
can't help go there. Even though in your head you're like, I shouldn't have to waste 1 second of my day or my life going there wondering like what if. But because of the way things are, you can't help but go there. You almost have to as a defense mechanism.
And when you do go to that place, we were saying that if he was found not guilty, it wouldn't have been shocking, which is a sad thing to say.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it actually says a lot about that country, that a pretty obvious murder that we all sort of saw on camera is considered a historical moment in that country, right?
Yeah.
Like it says a lot, I think, that's the case. Yeah, I listen, I've seen this everywhere, and I mentioned it yesterday as well, that it doesn't feel like justice.
No.
You know what I mean?
Shouldn't,
like
though.
it
It shouldn't,
shouldn't
though.
feel like justice, right? It's accountability, right? Like that's what occurred yesterday. But I this is gonna sound strange, but like I it's weird for me to sort of see this like joy that's happening right now, because there's nothing really joyful about it, at least to me. There's nothing at all. Like, I was pretty sick to my stomach prior to the verdict and didn't feel that much better when it came down. It was just like, okay, well, that's one case, there's more happening in that state right now, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I understand the excitement that things went this way, when it typically doesn't, but there doesn't feel like a ton of joy out of it. Somebody
Because
died.
you know that there's so many cases.
Not just that, but somebody died, right?
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, somebody died.
Yeah, that's like why that Pelosi thing seemed really weird to me.
Oh, don't even get me started on that. That to me is one of the most
Was that a slip, or does she mean that? Because I got the sense that she meant that, because people do. Not a lot of black people think that way, but there's a lot of white people that think that way.
Yeah, I without obviously knowing her, I think I understood what she was trying to say. Like,
But she seemed to
but
really.
she just
Let me,
really,
if anyone
play the
missed
clip,
it,
play
let
the
me
clip.
let me
Yeah,
let me
sorry.
play this real quick.
So again, thank you, George Floyd, for sacrificing your life for justice, for being there to call out to your mom. How heartbreaking was that? Call out for your mom. I can't breathe. But because of you, and because of thousands, millions of people around the world who came out for justice, your name will always be synonymous.
But it's the first couple words. Play the very, very beginning part again in
So
case people missed
again,
it.
thank you, George Floyd, for sacrificing your life for justice.
Right?
Yeah.
like
He didn't he got
didn't have
killed.
a choice.
No.
Yeah.
He didn't have a
He was
choice
killed.
in sacrificing
He wasn't
it. You know what I mean?
Like, who says that about somebody who's murdered?
Yeah.
Somebody
Like,
who's tone deaf.
who says that?
Yeah,
But the fact that your head even goes there, where you can perceive anything in this case or in this story as somebody sacrificing themselves for the greater good, is wild.
Yeah. I don't know what was going through her mind. I don't know if she saw like the worldwide movement that took place afterwards and then
got caught up in it.
And got caught up in it.
Yeah.
And looked back at the situation and being like, this man sacrificed his life so that the world could be this way and we could get to the point of getting this verdict.
Yeah.
But that's not what happened.
No.
It felt like what she was trying to say was, thank. I mean, not thank you, because there's no real thanks for this.
Well,
but
that's what she said,
but you're right.
Yeah.
But because of this case, people's eyes have now been opened.
Yeah.
Right. It sounds like that's what she was trying to say, but it came across as just stupid. Not gonna lie, just dumb.
No. Like, I
really
understand his murder is causing change, right? Resulting in change. There was a great action globally that happened after that video was released. I understand that. But you don't thank the man for that.
Not at all.
Right?
But also look what it takes, right? It takes this being on video for people to finally be like, oh, yeah, you know what? Racism is real.
No,
Systemic racism is real.
it takes for it to be on video and for everybody to react this way.
Absolutely.
Right? Not just one person or not just a small group of people. It literally took the entire world, right? Look at the year that we're living in.
Yeah.
And you have to think that we have to have the entire world open their eyes and come together and say, this is wrong. Here is the reason.
If there is one person you should thank, I think it's the 17-year-old Darnella Frazier, the girl who videotaped the killing of George Floyd. It takes a lot of bravery to stand by there and do what she did, right? When she's 17, you think about that, like that. If you're gonna thank anybody, my God, you thank her, right?
Thank you, Shem.
This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
All right, Roz, Philonise Floyd is on hold right now. We've been waiting a long time to talk to him.
Yeah, the verdict came down in the Chauvin trial yesterday. We know Joe Biden was one of the first people to call Philonise Floyd and speak with the family. There's so much to get to. It is a time of celebration. You do see people celebrating, but also, what happens now?
Philonise Floyd, welcome to the Roz and Mocha Show. How are you feeling today, man?
Oh, I'm feeling great right now. These police officers, they are held accountable, and my brother, I feel like my brother didn't die in vain. He just helped so many different people across this nation. When they say that this is the land of the free, people actually feel that way now, because justice for George means freedom for all.
Do you feel it has been such a monumental year? Do you feel now, after the verdicts came down yesterday, that you are finally given an opportunity to properly grieve?
It'll never have that opportunity to properly grieve. I grieve constantly, all the time. I just tear up. And I just think about my brother so much, but this is something that I guess God has put on me to be a fighter. My brother always told me, never give up, never give up. And the day that he was out there trapped up under Chauvin's knee for 9 minutes and 29 seconds, that was the first time that I've seen him give up. And that was devastating to just watch my brother die, being tortured to death.
I know yesterday, we were all hoping for the outcome that happened. But at any point yesterday, or even leading up to yesterday, were you prepared, or had you prepared, or how do you even prepare for the verdict to go the other way?
You'd never be able to prep for anything. Before I even went into the courtroom, I was pacing back and forth, and Attorney Crump and my wife, they were both telling me the same thing. Do what you have to do to be comfortable. And pacing back and forth was something that I had to do. But when I had to go into the courtroom, I prayed for 30 minutes, and it took the jury and the judge 30 minutes before they even came out. But as I prayed, and I heard guilty, and I heard a couple of numbers, and I heard guilty again, and I heard a couple of more numbers, and I heard guilty, Oh man, I was excited because I felt that this is amazing, and everything that the protesters did all around this world, and they all went out and marched with George, and I feel that they can sleep comfortable and they can breathe today, knowing that their lives matter, because George's life mattered too at that time.
There's still so much to be angry about, but did you feel yesterday that you were able to let some of that anger, which just weighs so heavily on you, were you able to let a little bit of that go?
Well, you can never be angry at a person for long. You always, when something happens at a time, you might be like, man, somebody has passed, but as time goes, you learn to adjust, and you learn to forgive. But my brother, he's doing his time in the ground. So I wanted Derek Chauvin to be able to do his time in a cell, because mistakes, they can always be corrected. That's not a mistake. And he had to be held accountable. Justice we were seeking, but accountability was the key. The officers, they all are being held accountable all across America. And the George Floyd Policing Act, it has to be pushed and it has to be passed, because it's so many people have their blood on their bill. Mm-hmm. You can go to Breonna Taylor with a no-knock warrant, blood. She was an innocent person killed in her own house. You can look at the no chokehold, Eric Garner and my brother, they both died and they're on their bill. You have to look at the qualified immunity. It needs to be ended. It's so much that people have to go through. And what it did for me has changed so much, because I had started an institution called the Philonise and Keita Floyd Institution for Social Change, and we're turning our pain into purpose.
Philonise, brother of George Floyd, thank you for joining us on the Roz Mocha Show. One final thought from you, which is, what now? What's next? Not just for you and your family, but what's next for all of us? What's next for the movement?
We're going to continue to fight. Yesterday was a celebration. It felt like we won a championship and we're bringing a W home. But now, starting today, we got to keep fighting, because Dante Wright was killed 10 miles from here. And we need the police officers to be held accountable. And his family, his mom will not get the justice that she wants, because justice is her son being able to come to the front door and smile, and she'll be able to hug him and kiss him. But we will make sure these officers are held accountable, just like Chauvin and his convoy are going to be held accountable.
Philonise, we appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining us on the Roz and Mocha Show.
Thank you so much.
Right on.
You take care.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Finn Wolfhard from Stranger Things was doing...
Who's that? Which guy's that?
Mike.
Mike.
Stranger
Which
Things.
one's Mike?
Oh, God.
Which one's Mike?
I got to show you pictures now? The one that's in love with
The
the
cool one? The long-haired kid?
Yes.
Yeah? Okay, cool. Yeah, now I know. Thank you. Why don't you just say that?
Okay. Hold on here. If I show you...
I know who it is. I know who it is. You don't have to tell me. I'm not dumb. Yeah, that guy. I know.
Okay. Anyway, so he was doing a video chat with fans and somewhat revealed what he thinks, when he thinks Stranger Things Season 4 is coming out.
Well, October, right?
Bruh.
And then what's supposed to be?
Not this year, according to this. What? Listen.
Season 4 is coming out.
Season 4, it should be out sometime next year, hopefully.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Like 2022?
Listen.
Season 4 is coming out.
Season 4, it should be out sometime next year, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
What?
Because right before the pandemic kicked in and lockdown kicked in last year, right? The cast all got together. They were supposed to start filming Season 4. They got through the table read. And if you remember, they released, I think, like a couple of pictures of the script, right?
Right.
And then everything went to hell. Everything got locked down. And then once things were safe enough for production companies to start filming again, they started. Which I thought by now they would have been able to finish, and get ready for like an October release.
Bro, they shot a Batman in that time.
Right?
Yeah.
And then they gave us a trailer.
Yeah.
They gave us a trailer. They shot 25% of Batman and gave us a trailer.
Yeah. Man.
So-
So I don't even, to be honest with you, I have no recollection of the last season of Stranger Things.
So by the time Stranger Things season 4 comes out, we'll be
3 years?
3 years after the last one
3
ended.
years? For real? 3 years? Came out in 2019 to 2022?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
My God.
I know.
That's too long. And those
Way
kids
too
are going to
long.
be too old. Like, not that it matters. I mean, you can watch them grow. But the problem is that what's the time frame now that this is supposed to have taken in? Like,
Exactly.
Like we would be in the 90s now in that show.
Because when they first dropped, like we were spoiled. We got every single year.
I know.
Right?
I know.
So they hit a streak. And now you get that lull. And
it's not
other
good.
shows are going to start picking up like people's attention,
Yeah,
right?
but so Stranger Things. What is it, season 4?
Yeah, season 4.
Season 4, 2022.
Mhm.
That's crazy.
Season 3, I believe, was...
Was that the one in the mall?
Yes.
Oh, I like that season. I
Yes.
didn't like season 2. I hated season 2.
Season 2, I think.
Season 2 is when they broke up the
was-
team and they started introducing new characters that they
And then-
and 11 went off alone and found a new
Yeah.
group of
And
specials.
was that the one when they were like in the ground, like they had to go?
I don't know.
In the tunnels
I didn't
underneath and
like
stuff?
season 2 at all.
I think that was it.
Because they made the mistake that they make in everything else. They made the mistake in season 2 of Stranger Things. Is the same mistake they made in part 2 of Guardians of the Galaxy. It's the same mistake they made in the second reboot of the Star Wars movies. For some weird reason, when everybody does a sequel to a film, a first film or first show, where it's this great group of people and they're all together, for some reason, when they do a sequel or a season 2, they split up the
I know.
group.
Everybody has to have their own
They
adventure.
split up the group and it ruins everything.
Yeah.
Just put the group back together.
And season 3, that's what we
And
got.
that's what they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was great. So, according to Finn Wolfhard, who Roz knows very well,
I do.
from
He's a cool
Stranger
kid.
Things, Mike from Stranger Things, we may not get season 4 until next year.
Yeah. The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Podcast.
Clare and Dale. You want to talk about Clare and Dale real quick?
Yeah, sure. Are they together? Are they not together?
Well, that was one of the questions asked. Dale was on.
This is Clare Crawley and Dale Moss, by the way.
Correct.
Bachelor Nation. Hello.
Dale was on a podcast called Hollywood Raw.
Excuse me.
So there are. I'll let you choose what you want to hear.
Okay.
Here
Which
are your
way?
options, okay?
It's like what they used to call those things? A choose your own adventure?
Yeah.
I'm down.
Okay. Choose your own Dale venture,
Okay.
okay?
Yeah.
On the rumors that he was cheating.
Ooh.
Okay?
Right.
Are he and Claire together?
Okay. Well, I see them all the time. They don't hide it.
And on the experience, going through the entire experience with Claire.
His journey? No. Let's start with are they together or not?
Oh, okay.
Can you confirm that you guys are in fact back together?
Yeah. So, I mean, we've never hid throughout this entire time that we've been around each other or, you know, like we're not going and like trying to hide out from people and wear a mask and a hoodie and sunglasses. So we've definitely taken time and we're spending time together. Claire and I are like, we're in a good place. And when the time's right, we'll definitely talk about all those things. But again, for right now, we're just focused on one another. And we're keeping things private and that's working for us. And in due time, we'll speak about that together.
So he doesn't say like, we're boyfriend, girlfriend, but you can tell.
But they did officially break up, right?
They
so
did.
this is are you back together, right? Interesting. But yeah, they just posted a picture together not that long ago, the other day.
Yeah.
Looking
and
happy
they'd been
and stuff.
seen like together hanging
Yeah,
out like in
yeah,
Florida and
yeah,
stuff, right?
yeah. Did he cheat?
Glad you asked. Because these guys on this podcast, Hollywood Raw, asked Dale Moss the exact same question.
The rumors of infidelity, like how did these rumors make you feel? You know, did they hurt your relationship at all?
Yeah, I mean, everybody's a source, but like that was never a conversation, even at when we went through our split, it wasn't even a thing. That is something that people would like sit on. It was never even a topic of conversation. And I've heard and talked to a lot of people on previous seasons, and they said the number one thing that caused a lot of difficulties is everybody's a source. I mean, that sucked because when things are going at your character and something that you're completely against, those are the hardest things to really handle. But it was short-lived. I mean, at the end of the day, like I could go to bed at night and not sweat about like whether those things were truthful or not, because that's not my character.
That is not an answer.
He did not say.
That is not an answer.
Definitively, no, I did not cheat.
Right. He just said it wasn't a topic of conversation.
Right. And he also said, like, he deflected completely.
Yeah,
deflected.
That's not
like everybody's a source. Don't believe the sources.
Right. He was mad at people for saying. He's not mad that
He's mad that he got caught.
Sounds like it to me.
Right?
Yeah.
So on whether or not he cheated, he didn't say no.
Interesting.
But he he didn't say yes, but his answer kind of leads
that
you
was the
towards
worst answer
yes.
I've ever heard.
Right? Isn't it not?
That's the worst answer I've ever heard. Have you cheated? Well, we haven't talked about that.
Yeah. Bam, we're asking you right now. Did you cheat? Yes or no?
Why did you cheat? Why do you ask me if I cheat? Just because everybody's saying I cheated?
Yeah. By the way, also everyone in Bachelor Nation says that the number one thing is that these sources come out and whatever.
Interesting. So yeah, so I guess they are together.
Yeah.
And I guess he did cheat. And then she got over it. My old theory, if you remember, my theory was that he had this girl that was his really, really good friend, and they had been friends for a long time. And he was going to New York, and she was from New York. And if you remember that Dale released that out of the blue statement that said, Claire and I are no longer together. Please respect our privacy. And it seemed like a joint statement. And that pissed her off. And she had to come out with her own statement saying, don't speak for me. And what it looked like to me was this girl in New York was probably like a straight up woman and said, hey, listen, if you're coming up here, I know what this world is like, and we're going to get busted together, and I'm going to be the other woman. So but
we're just friends.
I am not touching you until you publicly say that it's over with her. So that's why Dale released that statement out of the blue so fast and took Claire off guard. Because I suspect this other one was like, I ain't getting caught in your drama, and I ain't being the other woman. I'm not being the one you cheated with. Dump her if you want me. And that's when the statement came out.
Why didn't he say that on the podcast? Right?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is...
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Hello, Kat. What's going on? It's Roz and Mocha.
Hi.
Hi. So you're in it, huh?
Yeah.
What happened?
I'm married, and I gave my crush $10,000.
Oh, my God. Yeah, you are, in fact, married, but you have a friend who you fell for, and you sent him $10,000 to help him get his life back on track. Then your husband found out about it, but according to you, he does want to work it out, and you don't know if you should fix your marriage or go to the friend who is 20 years younger than you are.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
Kat, who is this person, this friend, this so-called friend?
How'd you meet this guy?
I met him over the internet, actually.
Have you ever met him?
No.
You've never met the man.
Kat, is there a chance? Not is there a chance. Kat, you got scammed for $10,000.
No.
You did?
No.
Absolutely.
No.
How long ago did you meet this person online?
Approximately a year.
Okay.
So you've been talking to this guy for a year.
So this guy who you say is 20 years younger than you has just spent the past year earning your trust, coming up with this elaborate story that I'm sure he or she, because you've never seen him.
Yes, I have. Video chat.
Okay. So you guys, what do you FaceTime and stuff?
Yeah.
When are you FaceTiming? What's your husband doing while you're FaceTiming with this guy?
Working our hobbies.
Okay. So when your husband is out working or doing hobbies, when you're FaceTiming with your American boyfriend, are you guys like just sitting there talking, or is there a level of intimacy to this?
No, most of the time it's just talking.
Most of the time, but what about
But
the
it
other?
It's gotten to some like dirty talk.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Dirty talk.
Okay.
Mhm.
And so,
Yeah,
so you've fallen for this guy, right? What does this guy got going on in his life? Like, how do you know that he's not also married, or maybe he is married? I don't know.
I don't. You're right.
So what did
I
he?
don't.
What did he say to you to get $10,000 out of you?
He needed to go to work, but he didn't tell me. But I just knew that by him having a vehicle, he could work, which he has been.
Okay, so hold on. Wait. What?
He needed money to buy a car so he can get to work.
Yes, he was working, but he had to get a lift from his sister.
Okay, so what's wrong? So what's wrong with that?
I don't know. I just figured if he had a vehicle, he could do it on his own. And
so you made the decision that your boyfriend that you've never met is too good to get a lift to work by his sister, so you bought him a car?
He's not too good to get a lift. I just figured it would help him out.
Okay, so I've now said boyfriend about 2 or 3 times in this conversation, and you've never corrected me. So this guy is your boyfriend, right?
No, but I just took that as no.
No,
I took it as
he's not your boyfriend. You don't consider him your boyfriend.
No.
So you FaceTime him when your husband's not around. You've done dirty talk with him.
Even when he is around, though. My husband knows all about him.
Okay,
yeah,
but
but
are you on FaceTime doing dirty talk while your husband is like in the room?
No, not dirty.
Okay.
No, not dirty talk.
And when you and your husband sat around to discuss the benefits of giving a friend $10,000 for a new car, what was your husband?
We didn't discuss that, of course
you
not.
didn't discuss that part. So what's the conversations now with your husband? So he found out about this.
Yes.
Okay. How did he find out?
I told him.
You told him. What did you say?
Oh, man. I told him that things weren't going well because they haven't been, and that I don't think I have feelings for him anymore, my husband.
Yeah.
That I don't want to be in the marriage anymore.
And then you told him about the guy when?
Oh, that same day.
Oh, so you told your husband that you didn't love him anymore, you didn't want to be with him anymore, and you got a new boyfriend.
Well, it's not a boyfriend, but yeah.
Okay.
And that you gave him $10,000 all in the same conversation? You told him about the 10 Gs?
Yes, I told him everything.
Oh, my God. And your husband wants to work this out with you?
But when I first told him about that, the 10G wasn't an issue. The 10G came after. The 10G was just last month.
Okay.
And it wasn't all in one shot. It was almost 5 for the car, and the rest was just for other stuff.
Oh, his hobbies.
No.
What was the other stuff? Did he say?
What was
Maybe,
the other stuff?
you're right.
What was the other stuff?
Like bills and, there's some other stuff, but I can't.
Did he send you receipts?
No, but he asked if I wanted receipts. Why do I want receipts?
Did he
Should
show?
I have gotten receipts?
Girl, you shouldn't have given him $10,000.
Is there a chance you got catfished here?
Possibly. I'm usually pretty good, and I usually pick up on people.
How many times have you almost been catfished?
Oh, come on. It happens all the time.
What are you talking about?
Wait, to you, or are you talking about in general?
No. How many of these guys have you had in your life behind your husband's
Okay,
back?
no. I don't. Okay, maybe not in the sense like that. No, there hasn't been multiple.
How many guys besides this guy? How many guys have you had these sort of like, friendships, as you call them, that you've met on the internet behind your husband's back?
Oh, no, none. Meaning talking to people. No, this is the first and the only like that.
Okay, so this guy then, your American boyfriend, are you still chatting with him? Are you still talking to him?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
How often?
Why the hesitation?
Well, because I'm trying not to.
Okay, that makes sense.
I'm trying not to because I don't know what I should do. Because I think everybody's saying that this person's a catfish, but I don't want to believe it, and that's a perfect mark.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
You're a sucker.
I kind of want to believe
You're
the
a
things
sucker.
he says.
You're a sucker.
Can't walk away.
Right? I'm a perfect mark, aren't I? Perfect mark.
Listen, if you don't want to be in your marriage, you don't want to be in your marriage, right? That's another thing. Y'all got to figure that out, right?
When you told your husband all about this, were you expecting him to kick your ass out of the house because that would have made it easier for you?
I think so.
Yeah, and that he didn't, and now you don't know what the hell to do, right?
I think so.
Yeah, that's a big you problem, honey.
Okay, a big me problem.
You're in a bad situation. You're not the first woman we've ever talked to, or the first person we've ever talked to, who confessed something to their partner, hoping that they would kick them out because it would somehow alleviate them of responsibility. But he didn't, and now the responsibility is on you.
Mm-hmm. And it definitely sounds like a catfish, doesn't it?
Wow. I mean,
it is. Not it sounds like. We can tell you right now, it is.
Oh.
All right.
Thanks so much, guys.
Thank you. This is
for opening
great.
up my eyes.
And your wallet, apparently.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, guys.
Good luck with this.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye, love.
Thanks.
Damn. Holy.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
On Kiss.
We started watching Malcolm in the Middle.
What?
Yeah.
This late in the game,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah. Because we're
How did
dying
you
for new shows,
stumble
right?
across Malcolm in the
for
Middle?
rocks. First of all, stumbling across Malcolm in the Middle is very difficult.
Yeah.
Because it's not anywhere.
So where'd you guys get it?
Well, you can I don't know. There's something called like a VPN, I think, or something like that. I don't know.
What's that?
I don't know. Never heard of it. Anyway, but I was reading up on. I did a lot of Malcolm in the Middle research on the weekend.
Wow, you were busy.
And there's a few shows that exist. Malcolm in the Middle's one of them, and there's a couple of other ones that never show up on streaming services. In the States, they're on Hulu because I think the rights are different.
Hulu has everything.
They have everything. But the reason that a lot of these shows never show up, it's not because the demand isn't there. It's because these shows used so much music that it's not financially worth it for them to put them up on streaming services.
Because you get a license
because of all the licensing of the music.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why a lot of these great old shows like Malcolm in the Middle, and there's a couple other ones that were on the list, you just will never see on streaming services because they can't afford to pay out for the music licensing.
So how did the topic of conversation of Malcolm in the Middle come up in your place?
We were just dying for shows to watch, man.
But who suggested it?
Catherine.
But didn't you hear what they did to Dawson's Creek?
No.
When they wanted to stream it, they replaced all the music with Jan Arden's music.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. They replaced that. They've done that before. And fans are like, nuh-uh, no chance. Because Dawson's Creek was another one of those shows that just was like all contemporary songs.
Yeah.
And now it's all Jan Arden.
So Catherine suggested it. Was she a big Malcolm fan back in the day?
She was a huge Malcolm in the Middle fan back in the day. Yeah. So I had to like do this whole thing where now my computer thinks it's in America.
Yeah.
Right?
How'd you do
It
that again?
got fat over the weekend.
What's it called?
It's a VPN, I think it's called. I don't know. It's
I'll have to
something.
I think you might be wrong on that.
Yeah, I might be wrong. Don't hold it against me.
Even though I just said I've never heard of it,
yeah,
it sounds like you might be wrong.
Right. So I have an American computer now.
Is it
right?
vaccinated? Probably vaccinated.
What's
already.
that? It's out vaccinated and everything.
Oh.
Yeah, Maury?
You.
Yeah. So no.
Way to go, Mac.
No viruses. No viruses on my end.
So how many episodes? You start like season 1, episode 1?
Well, we started episode 1 and then I wanted to turn it off and then the computer pulled a gun on me. And I was like, whoa, hold on a second here now.
Wow.
I guess we're doing this now.
USA.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Mars helicopter is trending right now. Are you watching this?
Oh, what is it?
Over at NASA. Well, let me pull up the live feed here.
You love a live feed, huh? I've never got sucked into a live feed.
No?
You spent 3 weeks waiting for a giraffe to have a baby.
I did. And then I almost slept through the whole thing.
I know. I woke you up.
You did. Roz texted me that day that April was giving birth.
Yeah.
I was like, it's happening. Wake up.
And it was the first time I logged on too.
Yeah. Hold on here.
This is downlink handing off to flight control for telemetry analysis.
This is happening right now live.
What is
so
it though?
Mars helicopter is trending number 1 because on Mars, NASA is attempting to
This flight control confirming that we have
launch a
EVR
helicopter to
continuity.
fly above Mars
Engineers reporting.
so they can get a better view of the planet.
Takeoff, climb,
Like
hover,
launching from where?
descent,
From Mars.
landing.
Where'd the helicopter come from?
I guess from the rover that they have up there.
Oh, it was on the rover.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay,
hey,
something's
hold on.
happening. Hold on. Something's happening here. So on the live feed too, you'll see in the room they have like
Altimeter data.
for us the viewer, they have an AR, augmented reality
This first flight
3D version.
of a powered aircraft. from
There we
another
go. It's up in
planet.
the air. Sorry, in the atmosphere.
Oh my God, they're so happy.
I know.
It's always sad when you watch these things and it all goes to hell, huh?
Look, right in the middle.
Like remember
See?
a couple weeks
that
ago
helicopter?
when,
That's there
Yeah,
on that.
that's
It
the
looks
replica?
like it's a replica. No, but that's AR. That's not
Oh.
real. They're not really seeing that. We're seeing that. Right?
Oh, wow. Okay, I got you.
But what were you saying a couple weeks ago?
Nah, it's just sad when you see all these guys and girls and nerds and they just work so hard. And then like a couple of weeks ago when the Elon Musk rocket was coming in clean and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, there's the leak. And the whole thing just exploded,
I
right?
know.
Like so much work and so much money, but... So what is it? It's like a drone, right?
Yeah, basically. So look, so they're getting images now that the drone, the
Yeah.
helicopter, the Mars helicopter is up
Yeah.
off the planet.
Right.
So it takes a few. I mean, it's space, right?
Yeah, it's Mars. It's far.
It takes a while for the images to come back.
Yeah. Watch, a hand is just going to come up and grab it. You watch.
Imagine, get out
Some
of here.
giant serpent. Yeah, you watch.
Be coming for you.
Yeah. I'd leave right now, by the way.
Where would you go, though?
What's that?
Okay,
I
let's
got a
just
plan.
say-
No, I got a plan. I'm telling you. You think I'm telling you my plan? I got a plan.
Let's just say.
Nah.
This Mars helicopter.
Yeah.
Right?
Right now?
All of a sudden.
Yep.
Because it takes time for the images to come back to us.
Yep.
She said something.
Taryn, go ahead and repeat that. So the image we're looking at on the screen is the image from our onboard navigation camera showing us hovering above the surface of Mars. How incredible! And that's its shadow, right, Taryn? Yes, that's its shadow. So the onboard navigation camera points straight down, so we're seeing its shadow right now.
Yo, y'all need to start popping bottles or something. Like, that's an achievement
Well, they can't
right
get
there.
drunk now. The thing's in the air.
Oh, I guess, yeah. It's not like a regular drone where you can just hit the home button and it just like comes back and lands.
No, man. Once you start flying the thing, you can't start drinking. I mean, that's what I do. But these guys can't.
Okay, so let's just say.
I mean, they can't drink, but
oh, they're celebrating about something.
Hold on,
they made contact.
Let me celebrate with them here. Hold on one second. There we go. I'm gonna celebrate right along with them. Well, there you go. So there's a helicopter on Mars then, huh?
So let's just say we get an image back, and it's like a giant hand.
Yeah.
Or it's a thing.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What would you do?
You would never
leave.
see me again. I would leave.
At all?
Yeah. No, I would. You would.
Would you turn your phone off?
What's that?
Could I like text you?
I would smash my phone with a hammer, first of all. I go to plan B at this point.
What's plan B?
Which is, I'm not telling you what plan B is.
Oh.
You don't get to know my plans. But I have thought a lot about what happens during an invasion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a bunker. You have
supplies?
But I will tell you this.
What?
About 3 years ago, when I was obsessed with watching Doomsday Preppers.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you remember the Doomsday Preppers? So
Yeah.
these were people that, like, you packed a bug out bag, right? And your bug out bag was always packed. You know when your wife is pregnant and you have the bag by the front door,
Yeah,
right?
the hospital bag.
Yeah, that's like, yeah. So it's like basically the hospital bag, only it's provisions for the family and things for safety and survival, right? It's your bug out bag. And you always have that prepped. Now, I watched enough Doomsday Preppers, no joke, where I did spend at least 3 hours on a Sunday looking at used school buses with the potential of burying it underground.
I was just going to ask, do you have a school bus buried in your backyard?
But I almost did.
Yeah. The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Blake Horstman,
Who's that?
he's a Bachelor in Paradise alum. I'm trying to figure out if he was on somebody else's season. If he was on a season of The Bachelorette.
Blake
trying to think
Horstman. Oh, I remember this guy.
Do you? Yeah?
Yes.
So he was doing a live chat with fans, and somebody had asked him about the future of the Bachelor franchise.
Oh, okay.
Because he's in it, and these guys tour around the clubs and all that stuff. And this is
All
how
the
they
chitter
make,
chatter. Maybe he'll know.
This is how they make their money, right? So this is his take on what he sees as the future of the Bachelor franchise.
I think there won't be another Bachelor season. I don't think there'll be another Bachelor season. I think it's going to end after Michelle. Yeah, I do. I don't think. Hot take. And why I think that, whether you think it's right, wrong, whatever your stance is on the Chris Harrison thing, I think it drove away a lot of loyal fans and viewers. And I think they're really not going to watch the show. And I think ratings are going to plummet. And that's my prediction.
So because of Chris Harrison, because of that controversy, he believes that there won't be another Bachelor show, Bachelor franchise.
Yeah, we've all known that The Bachelor, the way that production works is just awful. It's awful towards the people that are on the show.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's just they deprive women of sleep and they get them drunk. And he was on Becca's season, is where you may recognize him from. But they get them drunk and they manipulate the situations and they allow stuff to air that shouldn't air. And it took Chris Harrison saying all the garbage that he said to sort of pull the curtain back wide enough that everybody got to look inside. Because up to that point, the hardcore Bachelor fans all knew how awful the circumstances were for the people who participated on that show. Everybody knew. Nobody was in the dark about it, but everybody sort of like pretended that it didn't matter, right?
There was that one girl, I believe we talked to her like years ago. she was like one of the producers of the show who's not working with the show anymore and wrote like this big behind the scenes tell-all book, right? And you can find all this information now online.
But the thing is, everybody knew, right? It's not that all this information came out at once. Like hardcore Bachelor fans knew. They knew what went on and nobody cared. And then so Chris Harrison happens and it just opened that curtain a little bit more. And so he's now saying that this isn't like the one big shocker. This is sort of the last in a long line of shockers of how that show is produced. And he feels that fans now won't return. I, on the other hand, highly disagree with him.
I think it's going to make people want to watch more.
There's something
just
about
don't care, right?
There's
Like,
something
people
about
like the
that
show. They
There's-
like the franchise.
Yeah, there's something about that show, man, where it doesn't matter what you tell somebody, they're never going to it's never going to bother them about that show. It really won't.
Damn right. I am excited that we get 2 seasons
of Bachelorette.
No, Bachelor in Paradise. That's my favorite one.
Oh,
out of all of
Bachelor in
them.
Paradise,
because we
right.
get U.S. Paradise
Yes.
and then we get Paradise Canada.
Right.
Right. So once this new season of Bachelorette picks up in June, we are getting 4 straight seasons or a series of shows all in a row because we get Bachelorette, we get Bachelor in Paradise US.
Yeah.
I think we get Bachelor in Paradise Canada.
Right.
And then the next round of Bachelorette.
Or
the other way around.
I'll tell you
Bachelorette
what I'm looking
Canada.
most forward to is Bachelor in Paradise Canada because they're shooting it up in like cottage country.
Yes.
I am so looking forward to these Americans who only know Mexican beaches coming up here dealing with black flies for the first time.
Oh,
It's going to be so awesome.
Black flies,
It
mosquitoes.
is going to be so...
Like, you can't sit by the water at night and have that romantic date? Are you kidding?
I want to see 2 people try and make out with like those beekeeper masks on.
That's all you can
Right?
do. Right? You look so hot right now. So hot.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Very hard things, very hard things. Roz and Mocha's very hard things.
Yes.
This is great.
Roz and Mocha's Very Hard Things. This is when we got Dammit Maury and his husband, Dammit Matthew, to describe something, define something that is very difficult to do, and then we just get to sit back and witness war.
It's quite entertaining.
The subject of today, the task that they were given was give the definition of the word the.
Pretty simple, right?
Matthew. What? Who's excited for very hard things?
Very hard things.
Okay. Give the definition of the word the.
Oh, God.
I'd say the is a word that is used to describe something.
What is it? It's the.
No, so the definition.
Like the thing.
How would you define the?
Okay, the word "the" is a word in the English language that allows us to...
I don't think you can use the word when you're describing something.
Yes, you can. That is a word, okay, in the English language. There, that's a definition. Oh, what is it? Okay, it's a word that helps us form sentences.
No, but it's also could be used to describe like the Shermans.
Exactly. Person, place, or thing.
The pile of apples.
Yeah, or I'm going to the store.
Or the bay.
Sure.
How do you use the word the? When do you use the word the?
You use the word the in a sentence, Maury.
You use every word in a sentence.
Exactly.
So what is the definition? What is the meaning of
I
the?
told you the definition, and you keep asking me.
So, hold on. If I were to be born today and you had to describe the word the, describe it.
It's a word that you can help use to form sentences.
But that could be said for
Do you want to say, I'm going to store? Or I'm going to the store?
Right, so what is the purpose of the word the?
Connecting words. Transitions.
Is it an adjective?
I don't know. No, it's not an adjective. Is it an adjective? No, it's not an adjective.
Let's just wrap this up.
Okay.
Can we agree on one thing?
That is a word in the English language. Use it however you like.
Was that a very hard thing?
It was very hard. I don't know how to describe that, but you use it.
Is there an actual definition?
Yeah,
of the word the?
there's a couple. I mean, there's a couple here. Hold on. One of them is the first thing that pops up is the is denoting one or more people or things already mentioned or assumed to be common knowledge.
Oh, like the bay.
Right.
Yeah. The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Yo, could y'all stop messing with good food?
Why? What's going on?
In the States. Man, I know they got the vaccine, and like pretty much everybody in the U.S. is vaccinated.
Yeah.
So they're feeling real good about themselves, right?
Uh-huh.
A little too good for my liking.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm happy everyone's vaccinated and that they feel safe.
Right.
But it doesn't mean y'all can go and show off and mess with good food. You see these flat hot dogs?
No. What do you mean a flat hot dog?
It is a hot dog shaped like a hamburger patty.
Oh, okay.
I mean, listen, I love hamburgers. I love hot dogs. But I don't need my hot dog to be a hamburger patty.
No. There's some real great advantages to the wiener shape.
Right.
Don't ask me what. Don't ask me what. Shut up. I'm just going to leave it like that.
Care to elaborate?
No, I don't. I don't care to elaborate at all.
Dan Moore.
Oh, I was going to say something, but I want to hear the answer to that.
No, I don't want to elaborate. I'm just saying that there are some great advantages to the wiener shape, and I'll leave it there.
Rastelli's Round Dog is what it's called. It was created by Tony
Round?
Luke. Yeah.
Like, is it a ball?
I'm going to show you a picture of what it looks like.
Hold on a second here. Is it a round? Is it round or is it a circle?
It's round.
So it's like a ball.
It's not a ball.
That's round.
No,
okay,
it's
a
like a
circle.
puck.
Right.
I'm going to show you a picture. Just chill for a minute there. It was created by Tony Luke Jr., creator and owner of Tony Luke's Cheesesteaks. I love cheesesteak. After he had to use a hamburger bun after running out of hot dog buns.
Right. We've all been there.
Right. He said the round dog has ridges perfect for the grill. Here's a picture of what it looks like. By the way, this guy's selling them in boxes of 24.
Yeah.
For like $84.
It's a lot of hot dogs.
Yeah. Look at that.
Gross.
Right?
I mean, don't
It
get me
doesn't
wrong.
look
I like
right.
hot dogs. We've all run out of hamburger buns, and we've all
Absolutely.
taken a hot dog and cut it in half, and then cut those halves in half, and we've all laid 4 little pieces of hot dog across the bottom of a hamburger bun, and we've eaten it that way before. We've
But
all
out of
been
necessity.
there. Right.
Right? Not
Right.
on purpose.
No.
Who wants to do that on purpose?
No.
That's when you're desperate.
No, the burger. It's a different routine. It's a different ritual when you eat a hot dog.
I've never done that because I refuse to cut up a hot dog to fit it into any other bun. I'd rather just have it as is on a plate.
Really? No bread? What about sticking out a piece of white bread?
No, I'd rather have no
You
bread
never?
than if I
you
run
never
out.
had a hot dog with white bread?
No, if I run out of a
Desperate
good
times, bro.
hot dog bun, I'll just have the hot dog on a plate.
Really?
Absolutely.
You never had a hot dog on a piece of like lightly toasted white bread?
Oh,
No.
yes, I have.
But if you go too toasty, it breaks when you fold
know,
it, right? So
I
you can only go light toasty.
No.
And then when you fold it, you can almost cocoon. It almost becomes a sausage roll at
Yeah.
that point.
I've had it in a pita.
Excuse me.
I've had a hot dog in a pita.
When would you ever do that?
I had pita bread,
I mean,
but
here I am judging him. I don't know why I'm not talking about it.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Happy 420, everybody! Woo!
Is it? Oh, yeah. We don't celebrate 420 anymore.
No, we can't.
What's the point?
I mean, it's not that we can't.
But what's
the point? You just celebrate 420 every day. All day, every day.
Yeah. God, remember that was a thing? People are going to be telling their kids about this stuff.
Yeah. I got to tell you, man, in my neighborhood,
Yeah.
in the past, like 3 months,
Yeah.
5 weed shops opened up.
Oh, I know.
And there's like 2 more
Yeah.
that say opening soon.
Yeah. I got something to say about guys that smoke weed.
Uh-oh.
Because it's a new thing that you're allowed to be walking around the streets smoking a doob.
Yeah. Okay, here we go.
Okay?
Mhm.
I used to smoke cigarettes for a lot of years, right?
Yeah.
And when you're out in the world smoking cigarettes, there's just certain things that you did instinctively to sort of try and make yourself, regardless of how disgusting you were, to be less disgusting and a little courteous, okay? Meaning, when you were walking down the street and you had a cigarette in your hand, if you passed like somebody with a long flowing dress or you passed a kid, you'd sort of cup it in your hand and put it behind your back so
Sure.
no accidents happen.
Mhm.
If you were standing on the street smoking a cigarette, okay, and a mother walked by with a stroller, you at that point would choose to wait 10, 15 seconds before you took your next drag and blew that smoke everywhere.
Because at that point,
Okay?
all you're doing is hurting your lungs. You don't want to hurt anybody else.
You don't want, exactly. You just didn't do that stuff.
Sure.
Weed smokers don't care.
No.
At all. They'll blow it in a baby's face.
Hey, baby.
Yeah. Weed
You ever
smokers,
smelled this
weed
before?
smokers do not care. They are too proud.
Uh-huh.
Way too proud.
I think because they've gone so
long. Exactly.
right, with being condemned
Yes.
for smoking weed,
Yes.
that now they're like,
showing off. Look at
Yeah.
me.
it's my turn now.
Yes, and so much of them, okay?
Mhm.
When you see somebody, when you're walking down the street and you got your kid, you got everything, your old mother, whatever it is, right? Crutches, I don't know. Okay? When you're walking down the
This is what
street
all
and you,
moms are from, like,
yeah,
80s TV
listen,
shows?
okay? When you're walking down the street and you see somebody take one of those big hauls off a doobie, right?
Doobie. Yeah.
Okay? And then they just blow it and then they fill the whole like sidewalk full of smoke and you got to walk through it, right?
Yeah.
If you look at them, instead of them looking at you going, oh my God, sorry, right?
Yeah.
They look at you like, what are you going to do about it?
Right.
That's not cool.
Yeah. Who are you going to call?
Yeah, exactly. What are you going to do about it? Anyway, 420. Happy 420, everybody.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Podcast.
It's Roz and Mocha. I recognize his phone number. Happy 420, Fabian.
Happy 420, guys. What a day, what a day.
So, Fabian, being 420 is like, different this year and like moving forward forever. Like, what do you guys do? Like, what do weed heads do now to celebrate 420?
Same thing we do every year, buddy. Get high as hell.
Oh, okay.
Same.
All it's about today.
Same.
I'm taking lunch off. I'm leaving at lunch today. Forget that.
wow. Damn.
You're going to go burn one at lunch, huh?
So, do you have like
man.
And then you're out for the day?
I'm done for the day at lunch.
do you have like a
That's it.
special weed that you'll save for today, a special blunt that you rolled specifically for today? You will only smoke today?
Absolutely. I'm going to post about it later. Yesterday I prepped it. It's called a Purple Rose Supply Canagar mold. So it's like 4 grams of weed stuffed into one, and it burns for like an hour or more.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
And when you're smoking this one, right? Is that like a short inhale, like short intake, or are you doing like a deep inhale?
Oh, deep as you could get it. You want to fill those lungs up, boy.
Oh, yes, you do.
That's what she said.
Oh, yeah.
You want to hear Dan Moore do some weed jokes, Fabian?
Absolutely. Why not?
Okay, go ahead, Moore.
Okay, what do you call a stoner with 2 spliffs?
What do you call a stoner with 2 spliffs?
I don't know.
I thought I sounded old saying doobie. Maury just threw spliff out there.
Double jointed.
Oh.
See, look at this. Yeah, exactly.
Why is a roach clip called a roach clip?
Why?
Because potholder was already taken.
Do people still use roach? Do people still use roach clips?
I don't.
I remember you used to be able to buy those, and they had like big, long, like pieces of leather with feathers hanging off the end of them.
I have one in suppliers.
And you would clip it onto the collar of your jean jacket.
Is that when you went into the saloon?
Yeah, no, you'd clip it on the collar of your jean jacket, and it had like big, long feathers and beads on it.
Way to be inconspicuous.
Yeah, I know.
All right, next joke.
Okay, what happens when you eat marijuana?
What happened?
You get a pot belly.
Oh, wow.
Fabian's loving these.
All right, one more.
Okay, I got 3 more.
One more.
Okay, how do fish get stoned?
How?
From seaweed.
This is the best audience you've ever
A little
had.
bit more high than that.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you call a potato that smokes weed?
What?
What?
A baked potato.
Okay. Can't see that one coming.
Thank you, Dan Mamori. Fabian, we love you, brother. Have a wicked
you guys
day.
too, man.
Enjoy your 420.
Absolutely. You guys too, man. Have a good one.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So, Lizzo got her response from Captain America.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, if you remember, she was slid into his DMs drunk the other night and then made this video.
The reason I'm upset about this one is because I know I'm not going to be able to marry him. And honestly, it hurts me to the core because damn Papa, he a rare breed, no comparing. Like Chris.
Okay. Okay. So then Chris Evans wrote her back saying, no shame in a drunk DM. God knows I've done worse on this app.
Oh, wow.
Do you remember the full frontal?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
By accident? No.
Yeah, everybody remembers
Right,
that.
okay.
Lizzo remembers that.
Boy,
Why do you think
does
she's
she.
letting you think she's trying to shoot her shot?
Boy, does she.
So that was it, huh?
And then Chet Hanks jumped into the conversation. And
oh, God.
And then he tweeted this, hey, Lizzo, if it doesn't work out with Captain America, I'm here, baby. WBS, which I imagine is White Boy Summer. And
that's the name of his new song.
And then BQS, what does that mean?
Black Queen Summer.
Black Queen Summer.
Oh, wow. Chet Hanks.
I
really shooting a shot.
I asked more what BQS was, and he was like, barbecues.
He's inviting her to the barbecue.
So White Boy Summer, Black Queen Summer. There you go. So that's the latest on Lizzo and Captain America. She's got a crush, and he wrote her back, and it all worked out.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Yesterday, we were talking about the story that Justin Bieber is going to appear in the Friends reunion on HBO Max.
Right.
And nobody really knew.
As the potato.
Yeah, nobody really knew what the Friends reunion was going to be. We all thought it was just going to be the actors and actresses getting together talking about the show, reminiscing on the show, certain episodes. And then with this Justin Bieber story, it was like, well, the characters are back. So the actors and actresses are just playing their characters.
Right.
And Justin, we were trying to figure out, well, what the hell is Justin Bieber going to do? Because in the story, it said he's going to wear the famous Ross potato Spudnik.
And they referred to it as an episode.
Yeah. That Spudnik Halloween costume.
And that they were going to be playing like, yeah. It was weird.
Back as their characters.
It's what
to
it
a
made.
certain degree,
It's
right?
what it sounded like. Yeah.
I can't tell you the amount of DMs we got yesterday.
Yeah.
And text messages.
Okay.
And I don't know how none of us figured this out.
Okay.
Or assumed the same thing. Everyone was like, what if Justin Bieber is playing Ross's son, Ben?
No.
Because if you remember, Ross had a kid with Carol.
Yeah.
Who's played by Cole Sprouse.
Don't know who that
So
is.
what year would that have been then? 91.
Early 90s. So Justin Bieber would totally be the age of what Ben, or could be in and around the age that Ben Geller would be.
Yeah, but so
now.
would Cole Sprouse, and he's still alive and posts about Friends all the time.
Yeah, but he wasn't invited to the reunion. He's not Justin Bieber.
Uh-huh.
But I think everyone would love Cole Sprouse to be on the reunion.
Not as much as they would Justin Bieber.
I think
You think?
in
I
the
don't
span,
think that he's
in
going
the
to be.
span of
There's
25
no
seconds,
way.
you have mentioned Cole Sprouse more than
I don't
anyone
even
has
know who
mentioned
Cole
his
Sprouse is.
name
Who's Cole Sprouse?
since Friends was
Cole
even
Sprouse.
on.
What is it? Sprout or Sprouse?
Sprouse.
How do you spell
What are you,
that?
president of his fan club?
Well, no, he's
How
on
old?
Riverdale. He's on
how,
Riverdale.
How old was he when he played him? Like a little kid?
Yeah.
Oh.
And why would Justin Bieber be in the Spudnik when Ben was never in that costume? You don't want to create new storylines.
No, but maybe he's honoring his dad.
Yeah.
Right?
But his dad's there.
Maybe
it was a costume that was passed down.
Yeah, it was, exactly.
Right?
Like an
So
heirloom.
Then you're creating new storyline, which is, I don't think, what they're doing.
No, but you're looking for, the people at HBO Max and Friends.
Okay, Cole Sprouse is born 1992.
They're looking for big names, right? They're looking for a lot of publicity. By saying Justin Bieber is going to be on this Friends reunion is bigger news than saying the kid that played Ben as a kid is
It
back.
makes sense to get the full actual people there.
I mean, it works. Cole Sprouse is born 1992. Justin Bieber is born 1994.
Yeah.
Like the ages work.
So it could be.
The ages work.
It could be.
But that would mean then that they're shooting an episode and not sitting around as actors talking about their show.
Right.
This would mean that they are shooting like a whole brand new episode.
But do you
right?
not think that if that's the case, do you not think that Ben, this Cole guy, is going to say, hey, I was never asked to come back?
I don't think anybody cares what Cole Sprouse has to say.
You're the only one, really.
You are very wrong on that.
No.
Cole Sprouse is on Riverdale. A lot of people love him.
Yeah, but he was what? He was 2 when he did that show.
Yeah, Justin wasn't born.
I know, but I'm just saying the guy was 2. It's not like they're recasting Joey.
Yeah.
No,
right? They're
all I'm
recasting.
saying-
They were recasting somebody who was 2. I get it. The guy, it's very rare for somebody who played like a little baby on a show and then grows up and becomes like successful and they're still doing other
Sure.
shows, all that other stuff. I get that. But if you have the choice between Cole Sprouse on Riverdale, maybe he couldn't do it. Maybe he's shooting Riverdale and they shoot Riverdale up in Canada and you
But
can't
also-
go down and do the quarantine and get back up to like they're all it may not be this sort of devastatingly, this sort of devastating snub that you think it
I
is.
was going to say, but Justin doesn't have the mannerisms this kid has.
He was 2.
I swear. Maury is legit.
I know.
think like the president of this kid's
Super
fan club or
weird.
something.
Like, I know.
No, but I'm a huge fan of Friends, and when I figured out
thought
that
you
it
were
was
gonna say
Cole
Cole Sprouse, 'cause it sounds like it.
Obviously.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Podcast.
I was hoping that the story last week that we were getting snow tonight into tomorrow was going to change, but it hasn't.
Hold out this morning, man.
Yeah, it feels like -3 right now. We're getting up to a high of 7 this afternoon, cloudy, might get some sunny breaks. The snow is going to show up tonight. By tomorrow, we'll have 5 centimeters at least. And if you're in the Niagara area region, 10 to 15 centimeters of snow.
Oof.
So,
Not a fan of that. It was cold. My toes are cold this morning.
Yeah,
Because I'm
you're-
flip-flops all the time now.
so here's my question.
Yeah.
With the snow that we're getting,
Yeah.
what's the game plan for tomorrow? Because you're week 4 now into wearing flip-flops? Week 3?
4.
Yeah, straight up flip-flops.
Yeah.
So what's the game plan for tomorrow? You get up tomorrow.
Depends.
You look outside, and there's like 5 centimeters.
Right.
You know you're going to have to brush your truck off,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Are you going flip-flops, toes out?
Like, am I tiptoeing to the truck in flip-flops?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe.
Tiptoeing in your flops?
I'll see. I'll see.
It's tricky,
It's
man.
I know, because I don't want to go back. I never like to go back.
I know.
I don't.
But then you go outside,
Yeah.
toes are freezing. You get in the truck,
Right.
and
Heater's like, meh.
Yeah.
Pumps out like maybe 60% of what it
Yeah.
should. Takes a long time for my toes to warm up on the way to work. Yeah, it's tough. I don't know. I haven't made that decision yet. I will literally walk out the door tomorrow and realize that decision. But the problem is that my boots are in the truck.
oh, so
Yeah. So in order
Oh.
to get my boots, I will have to walk outside because I know I'm going to forget to bring them in tonight.
I was just going to say, or just plan ahead.
No. Plan
Why?
ahead? Me?
Yeah.
Plan ahead
The
for
boots are-
what? Please.
The boots are in the truck
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah. Front seat too. Not even back
Front seat. Oh, okay.
Front seat.
Perfect. So
Yeah.
front seat, boots
Front
are in the
seat,
truck.
yes.
You have to get in your truck after this show to drive home.
Absolutely.
Right. So when you get home, boots are in the front seat.
Correct.
With your right hand, reach
Yes.
over, grab the boots.
Right.
Take them into the house, leave them at the front door so that tomorrow morning, when you're ready to leave,
Right.
before you slip your bare feet into the flops, you slip them into the boots that are nice and warm because they've been brought in because you remembered the day before.
Interesting. That's not going to work for me. I got a lot of this stuff going on today. There's no way I'm going to remember all that.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Well, here we snow again. Be careful out there, everybody. Roads are slick.
Yeah, it's not good.
Yeah.
People started writing me yesterday to
Saying
remind
what?
me to take my boots into the house from the truck.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. And?
No, I forgot.
You forgot your boots in the truck?
Yeah.
We had this big discussion
I know.
yesterday. You normally leave your boots
Yeah.
on the passenger side.
Yep.
And because you wear flip-flops now.
Correct.
For 4 weeks.
Yes.
I said to you, hey,
Yes.
when you get home, just reach over with your right hand,
Right.
grab the boots, take them in the house, leave them at the front door. So today, when you leave the house, you're prepared.
You said that. I
Yeah.
remember you said that.
And then everybody messaged you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I forgot.
But how?
I don't know. How do I forget most things that have happened to me in
Like
life?
when you pulled up.
It
to the
was
crib,
gorgeous out.
It was sexy outside.
Yeah.
But did you look to the right? You noticed that the boots were there.
No.
Oh, you had no idea.
No, I had no idea.
But, like, how
So
are
in
you
the
even,
house I hung out all
how's
night.
it even safe for you to drive on the road?
Don't know.
You
Don't know.
You don't notice boots
Don't know.
that are literally meters away from you.
No.
Centimeters, inches away from you.
No. I walked out of the house this morning in flip-flops.
Yeah.
And I took a look around. There was not a lot of snow in the driveway, but like the trees were covered and everything like that.
Yeah.
And then I didn't know where my scraper was. So I had to clean off the windshield of my car with my hand. And then open the door and realized the boots were, in fact, still in the passenger seat on the floor.
Right.
So
what went through your mind at that point?
nothing. It was what was going through my feet because they were freezing. Because every time I swiped snow off the car with my hand, it would land on my foot because I couldn't get the distance that you normally get with a scraper.
Well, those who don't listen.
So
must feel.
Now I know what that saying means. Every time on this show, when you've quoted your mother by saying those who don't listen must feel, I'm always a little confused by it until this morning when there was 2 inches of my snow on the car and my boots were locked inside the car.
And now you got to spend all day defrosting those little toes of
I know,
yours.
my toes don't feel good right now, man. They really don't.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is...
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Hello, Kim. It's Roz and Mocha. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
We're doing great. All right, so what's on your mind?
So I have been engaged for a year now, and our parents still have not met.
Oh, geez. Yeah. So the wedding is when? This summer?
It's this summer.
Okay. And you said that your parents have not met, of course, due to COVID. And you guys could do this virtually, but it would be really awkward and you're nervous due to the language barrier. Any tips on how to make the first meeting more meaningful? What's the language barrier?
So I'm Korean and my fiance is Japanese. Both of our parents do not speak any English at all. So my fiance and I would have to do all of the translation.
So have you met his parents and he's met your parents, though?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, okay, cool. So
what would be the plan if you guys were in the same room together?
I think if we were in the same room together, it's likely that we would like grab food and, eat together. And then honestly, I haven't given it like a lot of thought.
But you guys would still have to be doing the translation though, right?
Yes.
Okay,
But I just figured like, especially over a virtual environment, it can just be more awkward, especially since both of our parents are not really tech savvy. So just the idea of just chatting online to someone is already kind of awkward.
I think the only way that this would work is if you were with your mom and dad and he was with his mom and dad, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And then you guys could sort of, I think that you play the first one just really, really cash. And I think that you go to your mom and dad. Obviously, they know there's a language barrier and they're not that tech savvy. I would just say this. I would go to your mom and dad and have him go to his mom and dad and say, listen, we need all of you guys to at least see each other smile and know that we're happy and everything else. I think you keep it super light. I think that you, before your mom and dad, you just prepare something real quick where you can say to his parents on Zoom, hey, this is my mom and dad. My mom is this. She grew up doing this. My dad does this. And then they do the same thing. So your parents hear you doing the introduction. And then I think after that, beforehand, ask your parents if they have any questions. Mm-hmm. And then I think that if you had those set up ahead of time, you give those to your husband and vice versa, and then you can each come up with the answers that you want. So there's no sort of awkwardness. You all sort of know what you're expecting. I don't think you're going to get much more for a first introduction on Zoom.
Yeah. And I wouldn't even expect like a long,
10
like
minutes.
I wouldn't even expect like a long, I don't want to call it meeting, but, virtual session, right?
Yeah.
I think you're looking at, 5, maybe 10 minutes, if that.
Do your parents drink?
No, neither parents drink.
Okay. What can you do? What can you all do together? Like, can you cheers something? Can you get everybody to do the sort of same thing at the same time? I don't know. Something that just brings everybody together at the end of it, might kind of be fun. Something that transcends language. You know what I mean? That there's certain things that we all do. I think that you can find one of those things.
Yeah. Can you all have like the same, a specific dessert that everybody enjoys,
mm-hmm. Sure,
right?
yeah, something like that. Something like that. But the exact same thing, right?
Yeah.
Or have like a meal not that you have to sit there in front of the computer and eat the meal, but like you make sure that they, your fiance's parents have a meal that your parents also have. And then that way, after you guys do your virtual meeting, then you guys can all sit down separately, of course, and eat.
The other thing you can do is you can go to your mom and dad and he can go to his mom and dad and you can say, hey, listen, we're going to do this thing over Zoom. We want everybody to meet. We're going to send them a small gift from us. They're going to send you a small gift from them. You have a quick conversation with your parents about what's something small, a nice gesture, something, thoughtful that they may want to give them. And then they're wrapped and then they can each open them on the Zoom call.
Yeah, that's a real nice idea.
And then it's a matter of just saying thank you. You know what I mean? Like it's super low key, but I think planning out the questions and answers ahead of time so both parents are prepared. I think that might be a sort of smooth way of doing it.
Okay. Yeah, no, that sounds great. That sounds like a good plan. And I think, that will really help out for sure.
Yeah. All right, cool.
Thank you. And by the way, I also want to say thank you. A couple of months ago, I emailed Roz and Mocha, both of you, just about giving my students a shout out for Friday. I don't know if you remember that, a voice clip. And so you guys had did it, and my students loved it, and they're happy about it.
I do remember that. Yes, absolutely. Because you wanted to surprise them on their virtual class, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, listen, you're the best. Everything sucks right now. It's so difficult.
I know.
Trying to plan a wedding and getting parents together that neither of them speak the other language. Like, what a mess. But you guys seem to be doing a real good job of at least, going at this, heart first. So I think you plan it out, and your goal should just be to make it as easy for each of your folks as possible.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much for your help.
All right.
All right. You take care, Kim.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life
on Kiss.
Hello?
Hi, Jessica.
Oh my gosh.
Happy birthday, Jessica. Yeah, who is it?
It's Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
Oh, Roz and Mocha, pardon me, of course.
Happy birthday, Jessica.
Oh my God, you guys, thank you so much.
How old are you?
I'm 27 today.
Did you think that we were going to call you? Like, did you know?
Okay, on Friday, my boyfriend said, put your phone on loud. And I listened to the podcast enough to know that means something. So,
okay, come on. Boyfriends and husbands, like, shut up.
I know.
You are not the first person that we talk to who has like a boyfriend or a husband that's nervous as hell. Actually, this has happened to women as well.
Yeah.
But mainly to the guys, to the idiot guys out there who are like mucking around with their ladies' phones or being like, make sure the ringer is on, make sure you're close by your phone. Like every time it rings, make sure you answer. Like, stop doing that.
That's okay. I was looking forward to it. So even if it didn't happen, I was still just excited about it. But.
So this is the message that Sean, Jessica's boyfriend. No, it's really nice. This is the message that he sent to us. My girlfriend moved from Ontario to BC back in August, and she's feeling super homesick.
Aww.
With COVID, she hasn't been able to go back and see her family that she misses so much. She listens to the podcast religiously because it reminds her of home.
Yeah.
And wondering if we can give you a call, and continues to say, I know it would mean the world to her and maybe help her not feel so homesick.
Aw, you guys, thank you so much for calling. That's awesome.
What's your plan for your birthday?
I have to work night shift tonight, so nothing.
Oh, what do you do?
I'm a nurse.
Oh, yeah.
Well, thank you for everything you do.
Thank you guys. You have no idea. Like, in a year that is so hard, like, listening to you guys and having you to listen to on my breaks at work and everything has been so, so comforting.
Is that what you do? You listen to us on the break?
I do, yeah.
Wow. What's it like out there in BC? I know things are a little bit better than pretty much the rest of the country.
It's not as bad. When COVID started, I was in Ontario, and it was way worse.
Yeah.
But yeah, out here it's bad, but it's not as bad.
Right.
We're hearing that by the end of the week, that in BC, anyone 18 plus can register to get the vaccine.
Oh. That's good. I haven't heard
I guess
that
you haven't
yet.
heard that yet.
See, don't you think? Yeah, this is the problem with information. You should not be hearing that from us.
Yeah, you should have had that information before it got out to the public.
You know what I mean? It shouldn't be a surprise to you.
I know.
Jesus.
Everyone's trying their best.
Yeah, I know.
Well, Jessica, happy birthday. We are sending you nothing but love, and we hope that you have a wonderful day and a great shift at work.
Oh, thank you guys so much.
Oh, you're the best.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Don't. Man, Anderson Cooper was my pick from the very beginning.
Yeah,
he was the first name I said.
Yeah.
I said it'd be great. I think my top 3, or at least my top 2, were Anderson Cooper and
Mike Richards.
No, Gayle King.
Oh, right. Yeah, you did say Gayle
I
King.
thought Gayle King would be awesome
Yeah.
at it. So Anderson Cooper started his run at being the guest host for Jeopardy last night. Anderson Cooper, by the way, a 4-time Jeopardy contestant and a 2-time celebrity champion.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
He knows the game.
Wow.
So here's a little bit of Anderson Cooper doing his thing last night.
600 sci-fi, please.
Joaquin Phoenix to Scarlett Johansson. Are you talking to anyone else right now? Yeah. How many others? 8,316. Mike.
What is her?
That's correct.
Sci-fi for 800.
And Daily Double. Nice. What do you think, Mike?
I've always wanted to say this, and no deference to you, but let's make it a true Daily Double, Alex.
Nice. Well said. 1968. You know what they say, human see, human do.
What is Planet of the Apes?
That's right. We've spoken to Charlton Heston.
Not bad, right?
Yeah, it's pretty
And
good.
here, let's hear Anderson Cooper talking to the contestants, because that's always a bit awkward, right?
Donna Voyer, writer, retired teacher from Willowbrook, Illinois. You had 2 nicknames, I understand, when you were dean of students.
Yes. So I had 2 nicknames. One was Voyeur the Destroyer, which I love the rhyme. You know, I'm an English teacher, so good job. But my favorite was Darth Voyeur.
Wow, were you that tough?
They called me tough but fair when they left the middle school. So
Darth Vader wasn't, I don't know if he was fair exactly.
No, but I like to imagine them hearing the Imperial March when I came down the hall.
You hummed it to yourself?
Yes.
Yeah.
See, he's great at the job, man. Like, he's great at the job.
They're all nerds. They're fine.
He's great at this job.
Yeah. I like Anderson Cooper.
So he did one night, and everybody's already saying, it's over.
Already?
Yeah.
How many does he get? Does he
just
get 1
give it to
week?
him. I think he does.
Or
What
he
is it,
does 2
Maury?
weeks?
It's 2 weeks.
He gets 2 weeks.
2
Oh, wow.
weeks.
And out of the gate already, night
Yeah,
1,
yeah.
Anderson Cooper.
Yeah. He's the best, right, Morris, so far? He's the absolute best.
Yeah?
Yeah. There's nobody.
Even better than Aaron Rodgers? Like Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers was awful.
People.
Aaron Rodgers was boring.
So it's
More
like.
people. Oh, no, it was Aaron Rodgers that thought he was
Anderson
good.
Cooper has the feel, and he's sort of hosting it as though he always has.
Yeah.
But what about Mike Richards, the producer?
No, I felt he was very nervous.
Really?
Yeah.
Whereas Anderson just fits right into those shoes.
You have to be likable. You got to be smart. You got to be quick on your feet. You got to be and there's nobody that can do this better than Anderson Cooper can. Nobody that can do this
Let's
better
do
than
wet
Anderson
words
Cooper
for 400.
Heat index is calculated using this, the measure of water vapor in the atmosphere. Donna.
What is humidity?
That's correct. Darth Voyeur strikes again.
Right?
Here we go.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
I'm just going over the story on Robert De Niro. Because I thought not that long ago, it seems like there's just like a lot of Robert De Niro movies out lately.
Yeah.
Like a lot of comedies that just seem very un-Robert De Niro.
Sure.
Like he's just in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And I guess what happened is he and his wife separated a few years ago. And he's currently trying to renegotiate the settlement and his monthly payments. Because when they first separated in 2018, De Niro was paying his ex $375,000 a month.
Wow. Okay.
Now it's down to about $100,000 a month, but apparently he's way behind on taxes. So that's why De Niro keeps churning out. He doesn't say no to anything. Like if you bring De Niro a script,
He'll just do it. Agreed.
He'll just do it if you pay Robert De Niro
poor
to
guy.
show up. Yeah, because I was thinking about that because he's done like a lot of these like grumpy grandfather type movies where he's always sort of the same character, but only he's just like a different character.
Sure.
Right?
He's just named different.
He's named different. It's a different story, but he just
Poor
always
guy.
plays the same sort of
So now he's ruining his
type
legacy.
of guy. Yeah.
As you keep adding.
But I watched that new movie where he
Which
played
one?
where going to war with grandfather, something like that.
Okay.
It's great. I loved it.
Yeah?
That was awesome. Yeah. I don't
Can he
remember-
only be grandpas now?
Yeah.
Like he's at that level.
Well, what is he
can
going to
only be a grandpa?
Yeah, geez, I don't know. I mean, I think Robert De Niro could probably, do anything, but you got to pick these mainstream movies that are going to pay you money.
Sure.
Like he could go off and do some sort of, well-regarded, think piece, but it's not going to get him paid. Nobody gets paid for those movies. That's why they do all these dirty grandpa movies.
Oh,
right?
man. But
That's
now he's
why.
just adding to his IMDb, right?
Yeah.
And it's soiling like his earlier
Does
work.
it though? This is my question. This is my
as you
question.
go further down, right?
De Niro is one
And
of
you
those
look.
guys that I don't think that there's anything he could do that would soil his legacy. I think he's at the point now of where this is just all on top of that. I don't think anybody's looking at anything that Robert De Niro did when he was younger as somehow subpar now, because he's doing grandpa movies where he's like flying model airplanes into a 9-year-old's face.
Because now he's just making movies to make money, like to survive.
Yes.
As opposed to...
Yes. But realistically, he should be just coasting right now, like everybody else in his sort of demo.
Like he's made enough money throughout his career to have like play money
I
for
don't know,
years
but
and years and
apparently-
years.
Maybe he doesn't, though. That's according to this article. He
Yeah.
doesn't. According to this article, he's got some tax problems. You don't want to Wesley Snipes yourself. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's true.
Right? You wind up in
Yeah.
the joint at that age? It's not good.
Wesley Snipes hoping for like Blade, 10 through 15.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The Shang-Chi movie trailer that Marvel dropped yesterday, still trending on YouTube, 9.3 million views. And people are still freaking out. Shout out to the homie Simu Liu, a.k.a. Shang-Chi.
Yeah, man. I'm pumped for this.
So not only was Shang-Chi trending like crazy yesterday, but then Kim's Convenience started trending like crazy yesterday. Because all the comments were, if you're new to the name of Simu Liu, or if you want to get more from this guy, check out all seasons of Kim's Convenience. This is like his origin story. This is where he's from.
Right.
Not
Yeah.
origin story to Shang-Chi, but if you want to learn more about this guy, this is a really fantastic show that y'all need to check out.
Right.
So it was real nice to see those two things kind of trending back and forth.
Yeah, no,
all day.
the movie looks dope.
Oh my God, does it ever?
And I'm loving all of this stuff now. I was really nervous for this sort of second or third, I guess it was, generation of the MCU. But Falcon and Winter Soldier, and I know they're sort of like old school dudes, but Falcon and Winter Soldier may be like up there as some of my favorite Marvel that I've ever seen.
Absolutely.
That show
Action-packed,
is so good.
well written,
Yeah.
perfect amount of comedy.
Yeah.
The two of them together on screen are incredible.
But they managed to do in this what DC has never managed to do, really, which is there's so much emotion in Falcon and Winter Soldier, and they managed to sort of harness what's happening in the world now, whether it be with racial tension or immigration, and they managed to do it on that show in a way that just it doesn't seem heavy-handed, and you understand that the reason they're doing it is not to be relevant. The reason they're doing it is because it's true.
Mm-hmm. It's not
and
as
they're
so
the
in
only
your face.
show. They're the only show where you understand the intent isn't to try and fit in. It's more of a reflection on the show, and they've done an incredible job, like all along the way. And now, the position that they put Sam in to become Captain America is like he is now in a situation where he either betrays Steve and lets Steve down, or he. I can't remember the character's name, the older black guy with the superpowers that he went to visit, or he lets him down.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And that's an incredible position for a superhero to be in, where you are then dealing with all of it. You're dealing with race. You're dealing with the sort of lore of like the universe. You're dealing with all of this stuff. Sacrifice. You're dealing with all of it, and it's so incredibly relevant. But the way that they've done it on Falcon and Winter Soldier is so good.
Yeah.
Like it's so good. And I don't know. I think maybe my favorite Marvel product.
Really?
This show. Yeah.
Falcon Winter
Yeah,
Soldier.
Yeah.
Wow.
It may be.
Well, I think
It
we get
may
the
be.
last episode on Friday.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, man, that old Captain America, that guy that took over, whatever his name was.
Oh, yeah. Well, if you
That
follow,
guy?
he's going to be around for a bit.
Bro, with the blood on the shield and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Come
Spoiler
on,
alert.
Right? Who
Yeah.
cares? Spoiler alert. You watch
That
it.
scene, that
Yeah.
one scene
My
from 2
God.
episodes ago?
Yeah. That show's great. The
Yeah,
show's great.
it really
But no,
is.
I'm looking forward to Shang-Chi. Simu Liu is dynamite. He's going to be a great hero. But yeah, man, it's never been better. It's never been better.
Yeah. The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hi, it's Roz Mocha.
Nathan, look who it is. Oh my God.
Okay. Here's a text that we got.
Okay.
I have a situation where my 7-year-old won't let go of the fact that I didn't have you guys wish him a happy birthday on his birthday, which was back on March 14th. Every morning when he hears your voices, he tells me how sad he is that we didn't call you. Is there any way we can get a call from you guys?
You screwed up.
So mom screwed up this year, huh?
I sure did, and I wish you could see his face. He's literally losing his mind.
Okay, what's his name? What's his name?
His name is Nathan.
Nathan.
What's up, dude? It's Roz Mocha. Happy belated 7th birthday.
Thank you. Are you excited? This is my best day of my life.
What'd he say?
I don't know if you heard him, but he said this was the best day of his life.
Oh my God, Nathan.
Dude. So what's been going on? What did you end up doing? I know we can't really do much, but what did you end up doing for your 7th birthday?
Do you remember what you did for your birthday? I barely forgot. You forgot?
Yeah.
I think he's so nervous and so excited that I think he's just going blank.
No, that's totally cool. That's the story of my life. Nathan, you are an awesome little dude, and the reason that we do this show is because of little dudes like yourself who listen and love it and bug your mom to get us to call you for your birthday. But you're the reason that we do this every day, man. So happy birthday, okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
Can I tell him a joke?
Do you want Maury to tell you a joke?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, well, hold on, Nathan. You listen to the show enough. Do you know what joke Damn It Maury's going to ask you right now?
No.
Oh, you don't? Okay. Wow.
Oh, nice.
Okay,
Okay.
go
Fresh
ahead.
audience.
Go ahead, damn it, Maury.
Okay, Nathan, what goes up but never comes down?
Any ideas? This is a hard one.
Say your age.
Oh, did you hear what Roz just said? No. Do you want to say it again, Roz?
You tell him.
Your age. Oh.
Well, okay. Well,
Yo, Nathan now thinks his mom is the coolest and the funniest. Yo, Nathan, have a wicked weekend. Thank you very much to you and your mom and your entire family for listening to the Roz Mocha Show. We are sending you guys like so much love, and we can't thank you enough for your support.
Thank you so much for calling. You guys are the best.
And happy belated birthday, Nathan.
Thank you.
You got it, buddy.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, Mocha.
Yeah, man.
You ready?
Uh-huh.
Let's do the news.
A Roz and Mocha Show and Kiss 92.5 News Break.
Sex in the City, or I guess what the new series is called, and just like that. I don't know why you just don't call it Sex and the City. It's weird to change the name of it, man. That's a dumb decision.
Because everyone's talking about it, they're still going to reference Sex in the City.
So the story was that Big, Chris Noth, was not going to be in this new series.
Yeah.
And then he went on Instagram to answer fan questions because reports came out in a couple of the magazines and newspapers that he was out. And then he wrote on Instagram, everything changes, including announcements in the rags. So everybody's like, oh, snap. Maybe Chris Noth is going to be in the new season of Sex and the City.
Oh, so is he coming back?
So John Corbett has officially confirmed that he is going to be in the new season.
That Big is coming back?
No. So we don't know.
John Corbett?
John Corbett is Aiden.
Oh, Joe, I've been saying for years. How many times I've been saying that Carrie should have always been with Aiden.
Right. So he said
This
that
is great news, everybody.
Yes, so he said that he is going to be on the show. He's, quote, very excited, and he's going to be in quite a few episodes. And we know there's 10 episodes, and he said quite a few episodes.
Yeah.
So we still don't know 100%
Yes.
about Big.
Carrie.
But we know.
We don't need you, Big. Sorry.
100%.
We don't need you. We're getting the ending, the fairy tale ending to
Aiden-
Carrie's story, which is Carrie and Aiden
that
together
Aiden
forever.
Will be
yes.
will be back.
This is great news. Why am I the only one clapping for this?
Okay, sorry. I'll clap too.
This is great news, guys. Come on. Thank you.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
So Fire Festival back in the headlines.
Oh, no. Are they trying to do it again?
So, no. This is about the lawsuit.
Oh, okay.
So
what's going down now? Ja Rule?
So according to court documents obtained by People magazine, there's a brokered settlement deal between the organizers of Fire Festival and the 277 ticket holders who attended Fire Festival.
Okay.
While the final amount will be subject to approval by the court, if the settlement stands, it would see each person who purchased a Fyre Festival ticket receive approximately $7,200.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But some of those tickets were very expensive. Like, weren't some of them like 10 grand?
Something like
people
that,
paid to stay in those luxury huts?
Yes, that's why the price was so high.
I gotta figure this out. You remember the picture of the meal? Remember
cheese sandwich,
the cheese sandwich?
Was it turkey? I think it was just cheese.
I think it was a cheese. I think it was a cheese
with like
sandwich.
a piece of lettuce.
Hold on here. Yeah. Give me 1 second.
They each get one of those too?
No.
7 grand plus a cheese sandwich?
No, the picture of that cheese sandwich is now being sold as one of those NFTs.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. So you can
for how much?
Own I'm trying to find out right now how much it went for. I don't know. I don't know if they told you how much it went for. They're hoping to raise. I don't know what it sold for, but he said that they were hoping to raise $80,000.
What?
Yeah. Come on. Whoever was selling it.
No.
So anyway, that's the latest on Fyre Festival, which if you have not seen that documentary yet, it's great.
Yeah,
I forgot about it until I read the story. How great that was.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
What a disaster this Jake Paul fight was on the weekend, man. What an absolute disaster.
Did you watch it?
No, I watched the first time around when it was just like bad concerts and people performing and then no talking about boxing. And then when people did box, it was nobody ever heard of before. It was just a mess. And I said after that first fight, I was never going to buy one of these Triller fights again because what they've done to boxing is just appalling. And I know boxing itself is appalling, but this is just beyond. But Jake Paul wound up beating Ben Askren, and the great part of the show, one, Snoop was doing commentary again. We'll get to some of that later, but Pete Davidson was hired to sort of be like the behind-the-scenes guy.
Oh, okay.
And Pete Davidson looked like he would rather be anywhere else in the world than working that fight,
but he's getting paid.
And did absolutely nothing to hide it. So this is Pete Davidson backstage before the fight.
You can tell how professional this event is by them having me here. We are backstage at Jake Paul's dressing room, or locker room, if you want to call it that. And, today's a really wild day for boxing because it just shows, how low it's truly sunk. I think today proves the fact that if you have enough followers, you can truly do whatever you want. I mean, maybe PewDiePie will cure cancer and Charlie D'Amelio will become a surgeon. Who knows? Tonight we have a bout between Ben Askren, who I don't know who that is still, and I've been reading up on him all week, and Jake Paul. And, they both suck, but, at least somebody's going to get hurt. Now, back to you guys in the booth. Some real announcers over there.
Okay.
So that's the road we're going down.
Yeah. So then he's in Jake Paul's dressing room before the fight and asks Jake Paul. They bleep it out because I guess they were on some sort of delay. You're going to hear a little bit of silence in there, and that little bit of silence is when right before the fight, Pete Davidson asks him about the recent rape allegation.
How you feeling? Good. I'm just like calm, ready to explode.
Good.
Nuclear atom.
What was I going to ask you about? I was like, so how are you feeling? Like, how you?
Bro, you can't joke around about that.
No, I'm not. No. I'm like, are you good? Like,
I'm good, bro. I'm good.
Totally good.
What's popping with that? Nothing.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so awkward. The whole exchange between them was so awkward. And then he's backstage with the guy that Jake Paul fought and beat, Ben Askren.
So it's like, even if Jake Paul's a decent fighter, he's still a human being.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to get, the message through to the kids is that he is a piece of Anyway,
oh,
guys.
Pete, I didn't know we were talking about having so much fun.
Oh, no, we're here with Ben Askren before the fight. Good luck, Ben. Thank you so much for letting us come in here.
You got it.
Appreciate you.
Oh, man.
Back to you guys.
So anyway,
wow.
The whole thing was just an absolute
it got mentions
mess.
though. I saw Twitter lit up
of course.
on Saturday.
Of course, Jake Paul's got a massive fan base. But the show itself was a disaster. The fight was an even bigger disaster. But Pete Davidson and Snoop were the highlights. Definitely.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Matthew McConaughey, actually, it's looking like he's got the support of Texans if he decides to make that run for governor. So he crushed. They did a poll, and McConaughey crushed Governor Greg Abbott in a hypothetical poll of the upcoming election. McConaughey hasn't officially said anything, but he's like The Rock, where he's just like flirting around with it.
Yeah.
Like testing the waters, seeing how the people feel. Well, the survey was conducted, and they have McConaughey ahead 45 to 33%.
Wow.
Right? Like, this is based on 1,100 people between April 16th and April 30th. So the election will happen in November 2022. But that is a massive, lead.
Yeah.
Like, massive lead.
Well,
but
he's a likable guy, right?
Yeah, but he's got plenty of time to screw it all up.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
It's a long time from now.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hester Ford. She was the oldest living American. She passed away at the age of 116 over the weekend, surrounded by her loved ones. This according to family members. Hester Ford lived in the same house in Charlotte for 58 years. She had 12 children.
Yeah.
48 grandchildren, 108 great-grandchildren, and 102 great-great-grandchildren.
What?
Bro.
Yeah.
That's a lot of kin.
That's a lot of presents at Christmas.
That's a lot of presents.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Taylor Swift had to reassure fans that her cat, Meredith Grey, is doing okay, because I guess the cat isn't in a lot of her pictures and videos anymore. So Taylor had to say this to the fans.
We've been hearing some rumors on the internet recently. So yeah, there it is. There you have it. That's the explanation. She's just a really private little cat. She likes her business kept to herself. She doesn't like a camera shoved in her face, and who can blame her? So there's your update on Meredith.
Damn,
So there you go.
Really concerned, huh?
Taylor tweeted this morning, been in the studio all day recording the next one.
Oh, so it's coming soon. We're
go.
getting it. We're getting the new album. What is it, 1989, right?
Don't know. Yeah, I don't think it's been 100% confirmed yet.
Or that's the one that like is rumored.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Kevin Bacon on TikTok, I guess he covers goat songs, like greatest songs of all time songs, which is weird to me because there really should only be one. But anyway.
Which one?
Well, I don't know.
Oh.
I don't think we've decided as a society which song is the greatest song of all time. But I think it's weird when somebody calls something goat songs. It's weird.
Because it would be the greatest of all time songs.
Yeah, the greatest of all time songs. But the greatest what of all time? The greatest songs of all time?
Yeah.
But then it should just be one song.
Greatest No, but he's doing like a bunch.
But a bunch of what?
Great songs.
No. But that's just great songs. That's fine. You can do great
Greatest
songs.
of all time, yeah.
Then that's just one song.
But of all time, these are the songs.
No.
That's what
if you're
Kevin
doing
Bacon
something
said.
that's the greatest of all time,
Yeah.
you're doing one song and one song only. That is the greatest of all time.
Oh, okay.
The greatest of all time is not a category like the greatest of all time 1 through 10. The greatest of all time is 1.
No, you can have a greatest of all time top 10.
No, you can't.
Why not? And then you have your top.
Because
your number
everything
one song.
from 2 to 10 is not the greatest of all time.
But they're on the list.
What list?
The greatest of all time.
No, those are all just great songs. They're not the greatest of all time. There would be only one greatest of all time, and that song would be number 1.
So which one is Kevin Bacon singing?
Backstreet Boys?
Oh, greatest of all time.
Tell me what ain't nothing but a heartache. Tell me what ain't nothing but a mistake. Tell me what I never wanna hear.
Right.
Oh, he didn't even continue?
I don't know, man.
Come
TikTok
on,
is
Kevin
weird.
Bacon!
You only get, here's the thing. Okay, so let me play you that. So that was Kevin Bacon, right? And TikTok cuts you out right before the chorus. Now let me play you Lizzo, because the big story was that Lizzo accidentally drunk slid into Chris Evans' DMs, right?
No.
Yeah, and she's done this before. So then Lizzo goes on TikTok to explain what happens, but I don't know whether people aren't using TikTok right or what the deal is, but like right before the explanation, her video cuts out.
The reason I'm upset about this one is because I know I'm not going to be able to marry him. And honestly, it hurts me to the core because damn Papa, he a rare breed, no comparing. Like Chris.
Right. Okay, there you go.
Oh,
So
like
that's
Chris.
TikTok for you, right? Yeah.
Like not even like
No.
it could have been anything. It could have been
Anything,
like
yeah.
Chris, I was drunk, didn't mean to.
Right.
Like Chris, no need to message me back. Like Chris,
Yes.
holla at your girl.
Yes, yes. Now,
Like Chris, I'm gonna try again.
Okay, so I'm trying to think of here what she sent him in a DM. I think it's the poof, like the cloud of smoke. I don't use emojis.
Yeah,
it's a cloud of smoke.
Tell me what it is. I'll tell you.
I don't know. And then the
Describe.
second one is something. Maybe like a girl jumping, maybe or
Yeah.
doing something, and then a basketball.
Oh, shoot your shot.
What's that?
Shoot your shot.
Is that what that is?
Duh.
Oh my god.
Plain English right there, bro.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
It is finally confirmed that Michael Keaton, 69-year-old Michael Keaton, will return as Batman in the Flash film.
Nice.
Yeah, so after months of rumors, and even he, remember, had said, hey, listen, I haven't seen a script. I haven't seen anything for this movie. He will be in The Flash.
Okay.
So this is now will make Michael Keaton the oldest person to have ever played Batman. He did his first Batman movie in 1989. Did his last Batman movie in 1992. And he was 41 when he last put on the Batman costume. So he's 69 now.
Is this going to be like a multiverse type
Don't know.
movie, you think?
Don't know.
Because of the Flash, and he can just like basically
Well, because the
time
Flash,
travel?
because the Flash has the ability to do that, right?
Yeah.
Like he can time travel, but he can also go to sort of like different like
Dimensions or different
I don't know how to.
timelines.
I don't
You
know
can
how
jump
to.
timelines,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. Thank you. Yes. So this will be like the Batman from those movies, but just older kind
Yeah.
of thing, right? So Michael Keaton will
Ben
be in
Affleck's
it.
not going to be in this one, is he?
That was the rumor, is that it was going to be Michael Keaton and Ben Affleck, and the Flash was going to sort of jump back and forth between worlds where there was going to be two Batmans.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if that's going to happen, but the big question mark was, of course, Michael Keaton. Right?
Yeah.
He's the big get for this movie.
And it's also not Batman's, it's Batman Dem.
Oh, Batman. I see what you did there.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
It's really great not hearing about or from Donald Trump in a real long time.
Who's that again?
But he was on Hannity last night, and I'm not going to play the clip, but I will tell you what he said. So Hannity asked Trump, are you running again in 2024?
Yeah.
And Trump's answer was, I am looking at it very seriously, beyond seriously.
So,
There's
yes.
no way we're going to go through all that again.
So he's going to try.
Oh, my God. The world can't handle this, man.
I know.
It just can't. It's gonna, like, everything's just going to start falling apart.
I know.
It's not good. It's not good.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Patrick Marleau, hockey player, he was on the Leafs for a little while.
Yeah.
He beat last night Gordie Howe's record for most games played, I think it was.
Sure.
Right? Most games played. And you know who Steve Simmons is, the sports writer that everybody hates?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so everybody started going in on Steve Simmons because Steve Simmons wrote, in my mind, Patrick Marleau was done 2 years ago. He's hung on through the help of the Sharks to get the record. I admire his career. I admire how he got to I admire his career. I don't admire how he got to the end. And a lot of people under the age of 60 never saw Gordie Howe play, so I want to show the other side on this. People are pissed that Patrick Marleau beat Gordie Howe's record for playing the most amount of games. Like they think that he shouldn't have done it. Here's another tweet by...
Wait, so what's he supposed to do, retire?
Here's another tweet by Rosie DiMano from The Star, I believe. She said, Milt Donnell wrote 11,000 columns for the Toronto Star. I'll never catch him. But if I were to reach 10,099, I'd stop. There's so much to admire about Patrick Marleau as a hockey player and as a human being, not this. Respect.
What?
People expected him to not beat Gordie Howe's record, and they think that he's a bit of a lousy person for doing so.
Absolutely not.
Right?
You keep playing. You take that record
Right?
and you achieve even higher.
Right?
And like that, let
I was
the next
shocked at
kid,
this.
let the next kid come up and try to take that record.
Yeah, I was shocked at this. I didn't know that this was a thing, that people are very protective over other people's records, and they
outta
don't
here.
want them to be broken.
No, get outta here with
what,
that.
What about all the scoring records that Gretzky destroyed?
Yeah.
Is this like when Lil Nas X beat Mariah Carey and everyone was upset?
Well, there's nothing Lil Nas X can do about that, though, because he can't stop people from buying his albums.
Yeah. We're talking about an individual who, like, this is what he does for a living.
Yes.
He's being paid to play the sport that he loves.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
If there's a record out there, I'm sure in his mind... he
Records are
probably-
made to be broken.
Yeah, but he doesn't have in his mind when on game day, like, okay, what's my record at right now? How many points do I need, or how many games more do I need until I achieve this? Like, he's not thinking about that.
But they're saying that he doesn't deserve it because the team is sort of just like carrying him, and they're only dressing
I
him
don't
because they
care.
knew the record was around the corner, and this was a lousy thing to do, to take Gordie Howe out of the history books and
So
all
what's he
and all of
supposed
this.
to do?
I don't know.
Stop playing altogether?
I guess.
Get outta here with that.
I guess. That's
No.
anyway. That's the.
Shut up.
That's what they're saying.
Everyone complaining right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Shut up.
Yeah. All right.
Roz and Mocha Q&A.
All right, guys, got a lot of questions to get to today. Hello, Dallas Singh. Welcome back to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hey, good to be back.
How you doing, brother?
Tired.
Oh, all right. Well, wake your ass up because we're about to have a convo.
What's your question, bro?
What is one thing you'll never understand no matter how long you live?
Ooh.
That's a great question. Well, Mr. Tired, we're going to ask you that question. You got to answer first.
Well, my first answer was just going to be Maury.
Good one. Nice talking to you.
On a more serious one, I guess the easiest thing would be like some ridiculous theoretical mathematical thing or whatnot.
Wow,
but
yeah.
I think my answer was going to be like racism. Like, I'll never understand why someone feels superior or will hate someone based, solely off of, like the color of their skin.
Well, that's the world since the beginning of time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, geez, Maury, what's something you'll never understand for as long as you live?
I have
or
two.
as long as anybody could ever explain it to you.
I have two. One, when you pick up a phone and you dial, how your voice then goes over there.
You don't send telephones.
Yeah.
as you right now. So you don't understand telephones.
I know how to use it, but
Okay, pause for 1 second. Pause for 1 second. You don't understand telephones as you sit right now in front of a microphone doing a podcast.
Okay, so any ways that your voice goes from A to B is confusing.
Okay, fair enough.
Number two,
Sure, yeah.
How when they build a house, because I watch HGTV,
Yeah.
they never fall over because they never show you how they suffix it to the ground. Like,
What do you mean?
No, they dig.
Yeah.
And I watch this all the time when I walk around downtown. It's fascinating. They
Yeah.
dig a hole.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they start building the building,
No,
the
not all of
underground
a
parking lot
sudden.
and stuff.
All of a sudden.
But I'm like,
Don't you ever see like the...
is it weight? Is it just weighted to the ground? Like it's just
weighted to the ground?
What? Because it's just dirt. So what?
No, it's not just dirt. Don't you ever see like the foundation that they put at the very bottom and like all the rebar that they have to
But
run?
there's nothing really holding it in.
What about the two things that I just mentioned?
No, but those are just into the dirt.
Right.
But there's nothing in the dirt that's like, I got you.
Well, no, it's pressed down on top of the dirt, right?
Exactly. So it's just weighted down.
No, you know what's the I gotcha? Gravity.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So in theory,
what?
If it was a lighter building, it would just fall over.
No.
Like it was made out of feathers and styrofoam.
But I don't think you're grasping the subtleties of what I'm saying.
Let me say put it to you this way. If you took a pencil and
I only have a pen,
and you jammed that pencil halfway into the ground, is that going to fall over?
Well, no, but I could pull it out.
So now you're asking why you can't pull a building out of the ground?
No, but it goes back to my original point: is it's just in the ground. There's nothing.
So, but if you take that pencil, and you put it halfway in the ground,
but should we not attach buildings to each other like you do with an IKEA furniture to the wall,
like townhouses?
Right. Okay. Yeah, but continuously, because like in theory, what's holding? I could just say the same thing over and over again.
A foundation is what holds the building down.
Right.
So you dig down a big hole.
Yes.
Okay, and you pour concrete footings. First thing you do is you put a nice, big, hard base down. So you compact all the earth that's underneath there.
Yeah.
And then they put down a nice, hard base, which is like gravel, truckloads and truckloads and truckloads of gravel.
Yeah.
Then you start pouring your footings, which are concrete forms.
Into these holes.
They build these walls out of concrete forms, okay? And so you have all these concrete forms that are hollow in the middle.
Yeah.
And then they spend weeks pouring concrete in there and sticking rebar up, which is that metal,
the
metal
rebar,
stuff.
which Mocha mentioned, is
Yes.
just into the concrete. But what is holding the
concrete
to
it's-
the ground?
Okay, so pressure. Because when you start filling in that hole, okay, everything is good. That's like saying if you put a swimming pool in your backyard, why doesn't it slide to the other end of the backyard?
Third thing on my list.
Oh my God.
Right? Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Me, what is the what's the one thing I'll never understand no matter how long I live? I'm going to be a little controversial here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go ahead and say Kanye West.
Oh, wow. Okay, good one.
I understand I understand tastes and all this other stuff. Okay?
Sure.
I will never debate somebody on whether they say Kanye West is a genius because when it comes to art, it's completely subjective.
Completely.
But nobody will ever be able to convince me that Kanye West is a genius, let alone good.
I think because you know Kanye West as the...
No. I'm talking day one when I had no idea who he was.
Oh, okay. So
Didn't understand
musically.
it. Musically.
Wow.
Musically, I don't understand Kanye. Kanye West, the artist, I fully understand.
Yeah.
He's a whack job, right? He's incredible. He's almost like performance art at this point. Like, I very much understand Kanye West, the artist.
Or the celebrity.
Yeah. No, I get him as an artist. It's just I don't understand the appeal of the product.
Oh, okay.
I guess you could say. I've never heard the music in his music. I don't understand the appeal of Kanye West.
Just yesterday,
and I never will. And I'm almost there with Drake now too. Where
Really?
I don't have the gene. I don't have the Drake gene or the Kanye gene. I don't understand it. I will never argue that they're not talented. And when people say they're a genius, I am at the point of where I'm like, I will take your word for it.
Yeah.
Because this stuff's just not meant for me. I don't hear it at all. I like the artist. I think Kanye is he's an incredible sort of, just all in one entity. I really appreciate that exists in the world. But the music, no, I will never understand it.
I was just listening to his Essentials album on Apple Music yesterday. Yeah.
No, I'll never get it.
Can I add one more to the list?
Yes.
Of course, please
I
do.
will never understand how we don't run out of chickens. You can explain to me all you want.
Yeah.
But when there's that many Swiss Chalets or Saint Huberts around,
Yes.
and every single day they have rotating chickens,
Yes.
kills me how we don't understand.
It's very easy. If you ever saw the way that they raise chickens, you'd probably never eat chicken ever again. But no, there are an incredible. Hold on, let me see if I
do not show me.
No. Look at you. Don't show me. How many chickens are there in America? So this is a figure from 2017. So it's not current, okay?
But current enough.
Current enough. But Maury, so how many chickens would you say currently are alive in the United States of America? Not the world, but just the United States of America.
I'm going to have to say that there'd be roughly 10,000 chickens.
Okay.
10,000?
10,000 chickens. That's a lot of chickens.
That's a lot of chickens.
I don't know.
Right.
That seems kind of low to me.
Okay, that's a lot of chickens. Mocha,
What
do
the cluck?
You want to take a stab at this?
I'm going to say currently, or according to that from 2017,
Yes.
there are like 2 million chickens.
2 million chickens?
Yeah.
That means you have to have a lot of farms.
Okay, so the number is in 2017, damn it, Maury, the reason that we don't run out of chickens is because the amount of chickens just in the U.S., not in Canada, not anywhere else in the world, just in the United States of America was 504 million chickens.
Whoa! That's enough chicken.
The reason we don't run out of chickens is because there are more chickens than there are people.
Damn.
Question 2. First of all, that's ridiculous.
Okay.
And
Why don't they blow
why do they
over?
charge me so much?
No.
When you order,
Chicken's not falling over.
How are the chickens not falling over? I need to know this. When we eat their wings, how can they still fly?
Okay, go on.
No, I was going to say, if you order 2 wings, are they
Yes.
from the same chicken?
Most likely not.
Okay.
No. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll answer your question next, Dallas. One thing you'll never understand no matter how long you live, I guess it would be the infinity that is space.
Oh, God, don't even try.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like how much, like there's so much space.
No.
And there's so far of a distance that you can go. And even like nobody knows how far you can go. Because even beyond that, like who knows how far you
It
can go.
boggles the mind that we've not expanded Earth.
What do you mean expanded Earth? Like added a second level?
It's like we're living in a bungalow and
like we didn't
top floor.
You don't understand how we
Like
didn't
add another wedge.
How we didn't add like a second floor to Earth?
A wedge? Like a platform?
Like, add another wedge to make it wider off England or something.
What do you mean another wedge?
Well, because the Earth is round, right? So
Okay.
add another wedge over here.
But
another...
it's not. What do you mean add a wedge? How would you add a wedge? What do you mean? Where's the wedge going to go?
Well, you'd sort of somehow widen the Earth.
So first you have to cut the Earth.
Maybe your way's
Grab a
easier. Just
shovel,
grow
Maury.
up.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, Dallas said it. Grab a shovel.
Yeah.
See where you want to start.
So first of all, you want me to start shoveling what, the ocean?
Hey, I just come up with the ideas. I don't do them.
Okay.
Hey, Dallas, we recognize your name all the time. You're always asking questions. We appreciate that you take the time to ask your questions, to listen to the show, and, of course, to join us on the podcast from out west.
No problem. I love being here. Love talking to you guys.
Right on.
The show's great.
Thank you, buddy, and I'm sure we'll talk again.
All right.
Later,
Have a good
dude.
day.
See you, buddy.
Oh, here's a
Bye.
good question here, Maury. Guys, I know we just did chickens, but Maury, what is the deepest hole anyone has ever shoveled on the surface of the ocean?
How do you want your answer?
Just how deep? How deep?
No, how deep? Like, so is that meters?
You can give it to me in feet or meters.
Cups? No, okay.
Cups.
What is the deepest hole? What is the deepest hole someone
10
has
million
ever
cups.
dug through the surface of the ocean?
Through the surface of the ocean. Okay, well, first of all, can you give me the answer as to how deep the ocean is?
It actually varies.
It varies.
Oh, okay.
We're talking from surface of the ocean, where the water meets the sky, right?
Yeah.
And then down. What is the deepest hole anyone has ever dug from the surface of the ocean?
200 meters.
No, Maury, nobody's ever dug a hole because it's water, right? Like,
Oh, is that a trick question?
Yes, of course it was. How do you dig water, man?
No, but I thought
Where do you put it?
thought that you were measuring from the surface to the ground of the water, and then like where the feet
No, I said the
touch.
surface of the water.
Yeah, and then once you get to the
That's the bottom of the ocean.
right, then do you go down into
You
that?
can dig there, sure.
Right, but that was not your question.
It was not.
Oh.
No.
Got him.
No.
No, got you. Caitlin has a question. Do you wear rings, Roz?
Me? I
Yeah.
wear a thumb ring.
Oh, so Caitlin wants to
it.
know if that ring has a special meaning.
It's the sort of last of them, I guess. Is there a special meeting? No, because like this one's new. My other one broke in half, and then Catherine bought me a new one. But I was very picky about it. No, it's sort of, I used to wear much more jewelry than I do now. I used to wear tons of rings and tons of bracelets and necklaces and all this other stuff. I still have it all. But this is the sort of this is the kind of last holdover of all of that. I don't wear any jewelry. I mean, I have my earrings in, but I don't even notice those, and I never take them out. But my thumb ring is really, that's it. And I don't even wear a watch
Don't you have
anymore.
a toe ring?
A toe ring?
Or am I thinking of another man?
No. Oh, I do have an ankle bracelet though. that
Toe ring, like the girls in the 90s.
Yeah. The girls in the 70s.
I thought you had a toe ring.
Toe ring. Like what?
Like on
business
which
was-
toe? Which toe did
Like
you
the
think?
baby toe.
Like a pinky toe ring. No.
Are you sure?
I can show you my toes right now, man. I'm wearing flip flops.
Oh my
Right?
god!
I do not have a toe ring, Maury.
He doesn't. Okay.
Like you would lie. Like you would lie and make you look and be like,
I
"You
know.
lied."
Yeah. No. Does it have a special meaning? No. It's just the sort of last of it. And what I found is that I can pretty much do everything in my life with a thumb ring, without sort of catching
Can
it
you
on
thumb wrestle with
stuff.
it?
And yeah, I guess. Yeah. I mean, you know,
Weird question.
yeah. If I can mow the lawn with it, I can thumb wrestle with it. Like I don't. Yeah, I guess.
I used to wear a wedding ring.
You don't anymore?
Not until COVID's over.
Why?
What?
Because when you put the alcohol stuff on your hands,
Yeah.
it ruins the finish.
No, it doesn't.
Shush. So I just
Wait, is that what you tell Matthew?
It's what I said because I believed it.
Huh?
I said it because I believed it. I thought it would ruin the finish, so I
Does
took it off.
Does Matthew wear his wedding ring?
No, he doesn't go anywhere, so he just doesn't put it on.
Wow, you guys just don't like keep your rings on all the time? Your wedding rings?
No, he takes his off always and puts it away.
What? For what reason?
Just so that I don't know.
Like you just accept that?
Yeah, he says before COVID we would wear our rings when we went out to do's or whatever.
To do's?
But what about when you guys go for when you take the dog for a walk? Will you grab your ring? And,
Before
and put them
COVID,
on?
yeah, before COVID I would wear mine out.
Now,
no.
Even when you go outside to walk the dog.
No.
No, huh?
But when COVID's done, I'll put it back on.
Will you though?
Oh, he put his on when somebody came over to. He put his ring on when somebody came over to change the filter in our heating and air conditioning.
Because he thought that he looked so irresistible that he needed to send up the flag that he was a married man?
He just didn't want them to judge or assume that, why aren't you wearing your ring? So he's like, well, I had to put the ring on so that.
What do you mean, why aren't you wearing your ring? Like the person was going to assume that he was married? Or were you home at the time
It was
as well?
a whole discussion. She's like, well, I'm going to have to wear my ring if somebody's coming over to change the filter.
Why? Because he doesn't want the handyman to think that you guys are living in sin?
Like the 60s? Wait, question. Before the person came over to change the filters, right?
Yeah.
Did Matthew go shower and do his hair and everything?
Yes. And clean the whole place.
And clean it, really, huh?
Yeah, and the guy was there for 30 seconds.
Did he put on cologne?
No,
Do you
cologne.
not, well, let's go back here. How do you not know how to change the filter?
No, the build. I'm sure we could, but the building
they just schedule it.
And they do everybody's.
Right. I gotcha. I would just say leave it at the door. I'll do it myself.
So did you?
But then I guess they're not liable if something goes wrong.
Are you at home when this happened as well?
Yes.
Did you put your ring on?
Yes, I was told it was by my wallet, so I had to do it.
Right, and then you guys have to act super married while you're there. Are you?
No, we're not all touchy-feely, but you just don't want them.
Well, I didn't think you. It would be weird if the guy came in. You guys started making out on the couch.
I love you.
Look at how married we are.
Isn't it wonderful being married to one another? I love COVID because it brought us closer together. Look at us. No shame,
Maury,
no shame.
we should really start planning our wedding anniversary.
So what happened? So how long after the guy left did both of y'all just rip those rings off?
Mine was off the minute Matthew was closing the door.
Really, huh?
And
that happens more than often, though, right? Yeah.
I bet that happens
That's-
in the car. Or
yeah.
actually, no. You say you don't even wear your ring now.
No, not until COVID's over.
That's super weird, man. You guys are gonna have to get used to wearing rings all over again.
I know, and I think my fingers are fatter.
You think?
Not just your fingers, but. Robin, I don't know why. Robin says wants to know what my skincare routine is.
Do you have a skincare routine, like a regime, a regiment?
I guess I do.
Do you swear by certain products?
Yeah, there's only one product I use now.
Yeah,
because
which is?
I have sensitive skin, and it's the only one that doesn't either make my skin rough or give me any pimples or.
Do you have rosacea as well?
I do not have rosacea. I don't even know what that is.
When you say as well, Maury, what do you mean as well?
Oh, because I have rosacea.
Do you?
What is that? I don't even know what that
I've never noticed you had rosacea.
Well, I think I've had for 15 years this cream that I put on my nose. But rosacea is if you dryness and it gets red, right?
Uh-huh.
Right.
But it has never happened, and I assume it's because I'm using medicated cream.
So, Jesus, man. So hold on.
What are you doing over there?
I gotta take a pill. I got a headache.
Sorry.
I know. Every time during the podcast, at the same time, I'm like, oh my God, I need an aspirin. Hold on here. So, Maury, wait a second.
No, but back to Mocha's skincare. I was just asking if he had rosacea.
Okay,
but I need to know what rosacea is now.
So you take stuff for rosacea, and you now assume that the stuff works
because I've never seen redness.
You've never had rosacea,
right?
Maybe you just don't have rosacea
anymore.
Oh, rosacea is a skin condition.
Yes, that's why I asked, because you were talking about your skin.
No, because you said, okay, my mistake. I thought rosacea was like a product.
No. Like rose hips.
Right? I thought it was a product. Like you take rosacea like a
and
cream.
You rub rosacea all over your face?
Ew. No.
No, I just found over the years, like I've used different like moisturizers and face creams and face wash and stuff like that, and my skin just reacted terribly to them.
Right.
So the one that I've been using now for the past, I'd say maybe 4 or 5 years now. It's actually a local company. It's called Crown Shaving.
Yeah.
They're in Kleinburg, Ontario.
that's
And
right.
I use all of their products I use because my skin doesn't react negatively
Really, huh?
whatsoever. So I use their face wash, I use their beard balm, I use their body wash. Yeah, all that stuff. I use their hand cream, like everything. Like
Really?
it's good. I just find that it's good for my skin. So like when I shower in the morning, I use their face wash, the beard wash, and then as soon as I'm out of the shower, I use their beard balm. It acts as a moisturizer as well.
Yeah.
And that's really it. And then I just like brush my beard.
Do you use an under eye cream? I use Drops of Youth.
Excuse me?
It's from the Body Shop. I use Drops of Youth.
need a
under my
refund.
eyes.
Yo, you fall for every gimmick, huh?
You don't use Drops of
Like,
Youth?
is it made of youth?
Gross.
It's an anti-aging thing.
And what are the drops of?
Well, I don't know. It just says Drops of Youth, anti-aging.
Don't you check ingredients on stuff?
No, I just bought it because it said Drops of Youth.
You
and it
just,
was
you
anti-aging.
just
I'm
read
like,
the
hell yeah.
read the label, what it's called, and then that's it.
Sold.
Wasn't there a thing in Hollywood where all these famous women were getting penis facials? Where it was like the foreskin of babies that they would grind up and turn into.
Oh my God,
and
no.
turn into something, or it was like the like they would take the enzymes out of a foreskin or something like that.
No, I have
penis
never
facials.
heard of this.
No,
No.
I would Google penis facial, but it's
Please don't.
But it's a work computer.
Yeah, you
I
definitely
think it's
don't
a
wanna
thing,
do that.
though. I think I'm doing it.
Are you? No,
Yeah,
don't do it. Don't do
I'm
it.
doing
Don't do it.
I'm
IT's
doing
going to be
it.
down here in like a second.
Whatever. Screw them.
Okay.
Can I
what
see
do
the
you got?
results right away?
Yeah, hold on here. Yeah, what is the penis facial that Sandra Bullock gets? Not even lying, man. Is this what you
does it
do,
say?
Maury?
He hasn't.
Last week, Sandra Bullock appeared in the Ellen DeGeneres show and revealed that she and Kate Blanchett are fans of what is being dubbed the penis facial. The treatment involves the use of something called epidermal growth factors, or EGF for short, which are derived from the stem cells taken from the discarded foreskins of newborns.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah, see, I was right. Yeah.
Oh my
Wait, so
God.
are you actually putting the foreskin?
No, what do you think? They hook it around your pinky and just rub it under your eyes? Did you
I'm
not
trying to
read
figure out-
Did you not read what I just wrote? Did you
I don't know
not
if they
hear what I
sewed
just
them
read?
together.
No, like it's like a magic ring, and you just like rub it on your eyes. Like
No, I imagine they
so
sew a
gross.
whole bunch together and put it on your face.
Oh my God, this is so
a baby
gross, guys.
foreskin mask.
This is so gross.
No,
Oh
the
my God,
treatment
okay.
involves using something called epidermal growth factors, or EGF for short, which are derived from the stem cells taken from the discarded foreskins of newborn babies in Korea. Okay, so no, they don't. You don't buy a bag of foreskin.
Guys, that's so gross.
Okay,
Come on
like it's beef jerky. And just start.
Oh, man.
No, man, it's stem cell research. They've come up with something to extract the, I don't know what it is, the enzymes or the growth factors.
Can you get it in Canada?
I don't even know. No, this was a big thing though. Apparently, the treatment cost $650.
Oh
my God.
Yeah.
So there you go, Robin. That is my skincare routine. The other product I found that my skin does not react to, you can get it at Shoppers. It's called Bulldog. Some of their moisturizers.
I have that,
And
right.
their face wash and their face scrub. My skin does not react whatsoever.
It should be noted that baby foreskin are not the only places where the EFGs can be found in beauty products. It should be noted that the growth factor can also be found in kidneys, salivas, and urine.
What?
Yeah. So you have options more.
Wow.
You know, it'll fix your rosacea.
Yeah.
We got a question here from Anthony for Shem, who is here.
Oh, there we go.
Hi, Shem. Hi. Anthony wants to know if you would ever go on The Voice or Canadian Idol if the opportunity ever came up.
Oh, wow. Good question. No, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't, huh?
No,
not?
it's never interested me to join a singing competition show ever. Like I've auditioned for other reality shows,
Yeah.
but
Have you really?
I have.
Which
Yeah.
ones?
You want me to share that? Really?
I don't know. What
all
this-
right.
Yeah,
well,
you can if you want to. You
I
don't
auditioned
have
for
to.
Big Brother.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Canada. And
How many years ago?
Months ago.
Oh!
Yeah, like months ago.
Wait, whoa. So you would have been away for several months.
That is part of the reason that I am not on Big Brother Canada this season.
Oh, here we
current
go.
season.
Because wait, did they call or you turned it down?
I turned it down.
So you were offered it.
I was offered it, yeah.
Why wouldn't you do that?
Damn. No,
I
but
got
then
a-
you
I
have
got a
to
job,
leave,
man. I got a
What
job.
do you do, man? These people go on these shows don't have full-time jobs.
Yeah.
And you know what? Honestly, like, look, my biggest fear about a show like that is getting voted out week 1.
Yeah.
And then you're a nobody.
Yeah, but then you can come back to work.
But that's I know, but those are the kind of shows, honestly, though, one wrong conversation and your life is over.
Yeah,
right?
completely.
Like your life is over. And it doesn't even have to be anything controversial. It could just be, you could get caught in something on those shows, and it happens all the time. Yeah.
Flirting the wrong way.
Flirting the wrong way, or not sticking up for somebody in a situation where you didn't fully even understand the situation, right?
Yeah, you could be sitting there on a couch not saying anything, and a conversation between two people are having, and then they're like, "Well, why didn't you say anything, Chef?"
Right? Yeah. And the live feeds. I'll say this, and I did a full day inside the Big Brother USA house. Before they film a season, when they design the new house, they always run the house, right? So they do these tests on the house to make sure that the house works and that the competitions work and everything else. And when you're down there, they fly you down, and it was me and a bunch of other reporters and then a couple of the all-stars from the American franchise. And we went in, and the goal was to do a full day. So it was like a full 10-hour day in there. And you would have to cook. You would have to eat the what do they call it? Slop. Mm-hmm. You would do a couple of competitions. Somebody would win HOH and all this other stuff because they had to make sure all the cameras were working. They had to make sure that all the props were ready, that the kitchen worked, all this stuff. And then, so when we were done, then they bring in producers, and producers actually run through the house for a week. They live in there, right? Is the way that they did it then. And I'll say this, in order to do Big Brother, you need to be a different kind of person. And I don't know whether those people who do and succeed in something like Big Brother have something that I don't have, or whether they're missing something that everybody else has. Because it is not a regular environment to be in, to just be locked into that house. Even as a massive fan of the game, you have to be either missing something or have something extra than the normal population of the world. And what kills you is I was in the house for maybe, I don't know, a couple of hours, and people were already scheming because they just wanted to play the game.
Of course. Sure.
And within a couple hours, you were already having conversations, saying things that you shouldn't be saying while you're being recorded. And I don't mean nasty things, just talking about life stuff with somebody else. Like, I remember just saying something about a relationship that I had in the past, where I just realized at that moment, I'm like, oh my God, if this was actually on television. And I remember we left after this whole thing, and we called a production, and we were like, because they said that they were going to post clips online. And like, we went back, and I specifically like called them afterwards, and I was like, listen, that whole thing in the kitchen with me when I was talking about like my life and everything, I'm like, you can't run that. Like, you can't run that. And this
What'd
was,
they say?
and they were like, oh my God, of course, no
Yeah,
problem.
yeah.
But I was in the house 2 hours, 2 hours, and I was already in a position where I was saying stuff that I shouldn't be saying, because you just forget. And because you want people to like you, and you want to be personable, and you want to be relatable, and you start asking people all these questions. And then honestly, by 3 hours, I was sabotaging my own game, and I wanted out of there, and it was a unanimous vote to kick me out of the house.
Wow.
A unanimous vote to kick me out of the
Several
house.
years ago, I did the same thing for Big Brother Canada.
Yeah.
And it was all just media people. And there was one blogger who was going around insisting that when it's time to vote, that we all make sure that he wins because it would be better for his blog.
Right.
And he was serious about this.
Yeah.
And I voted against him because I'm like, well, I'm going to vote. I'm going to play this legit, and I'm going to vote who I think should absolutely win, and it's not going to be you.
Right.
And he, to this day, has not forgiven me. He was so angry.
But that's that life, though.
He was so angry.
Right?
Legit, because it ruined his blog.
Yeah. How long was the time commitment? 100 days or something like that, right? If you go all the way?
It would have been 4 months.
4 months.
Oh,
Yeah,
my God. But why
4 months.
apply if you were going to turn it down?
I just wanted it for the experience.
Yeah.
Honestly, I
The
wanted to do it for
experience
the
of
experience.
applying.
of applying. Yeah, and I was
Yeah.
stunned that I was even offered. Quite honestly, but you know what? I think the biggest thing for me, along with not wanting to not be caught saying something crazy, is like caught scratching something that I shouldn't be scratching.
Or that, yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes,
Or
yes.
they catch you in the washroom and you're
I
like,
think
oh,
that
that's
happened. That
awkward.
happened this season. The
Yes.
girl opened the door not realizing she was naked.
Yes. Or what if you hook up? Right,
Well, that's
you're like
true.
you're going in. You're a
I think
single
they
guy.
hope for
right?
things like
Showmans.
that, right?
Yes, the
Getting on my
showmans.
OnlyFans, man. You kidding
Right?
me? I'd love that.
That would be my
But
biggest
here's the
downfall.
thing. Like here's the problem. Here's the problem with this show, right? Like or you know, all this stuff and where you get caught up in things. Like, what if you go on, right? And the problem is that you can only vet people so far, right? So you go on and say you're building an alliance with somebody and you guys are partners in it. And then it comes out after the fact that you guys are best friends in the house. And then this person that you partnered up with, it's revealed that they have done something really, truly terrible in their life before getting onto that show.
Dude, that happened this
And
year
then-
with
and then-
Canada. They had to cancel somebody because all these old tweets came out.
Right, stuff like that. Or what if you hook up, like let's say like you're in the middle of a showmance, right? And you guys don't care. It's like you guys are in bed every night, all this other stuff. And then you find out that she's got like, I don't know, a husband or something like that. Right? You know, like you can only vet people so far.
But that's not
or
Jim's
she's
problem at
done.
that point.
But he gets into it though.
Yeah,
it
what if
becomes
he's
your
like-
problem.
What if his
he's always,
feelings are like way stronger than he
it's,
expected?
You know, Shem's changing his handle to @the other man all of a sudden. Right? You know what I mean? Like that becomes your brand, and then
Yeah,
you
it
have
does.
to. That's the you got to live with that now.
Very true.
No, it's crazy though. Those shows are wild.
I mean, at the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do to win.
Well, that's the problem though.
Because
with
Matthew
those
has said if
shows.
he made it on Big Brother, like he would flirt with other people if that meant winning. He goes, "Wouldn't you want the $100,000?"
That's the problem right there. Right. Yeah. So would Matthew ever do the show?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You think he would? Has he ever auditioned?
No.
No. I'd like to see the two of you guys in the house, Matthew and Shem. That'd be great. Oh my God, Maury.
Not gonna lie, man.
Maury, that live feed would be nothing but talking about you.
That's so true. Boy, would be glued to that feed every single day.
Oh my God.
I'd be losing sleep over it. Hit us up on Instagram. You'll see the picture that reads "Ask Roz Mocha." Ask your questions. We will answer, and we'll try to get somebody on the phone to ask their question. Thank you very much for listening. This has been the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
on Kiss 92.5
Kiss925.com.
or download the Kiss 92.5 app.